think they have to.
with
Okay,
the
we got
execution of
Gentamates
that
on
comp, but
defense.
To see the Phoenix
We got
is
K-Cup on
a
attack.
hell of a pivot, to say the least.
And
Yeah, it is
Can you give me a
certainly a bit bizarre.
yeah, it's
and
15,
there's gotta be method to the
14,
madness, right? Because,
13,
in
12,
all reality,
11,
losing
10.
to Vitality on Haven during the heyday of them bringing out that comp, that I guess Fnatic comp, if you want to call it that, it seemed reasonable, but they hadn't played it since. Then it became
Sure,
that
let's see what
sort
they
of
can do with the
vetoed
Phoenix.
out map.
Yeah.
They've gone back to the kitchen and cooked us up a Phoenix.
Yeah, I mean, I'm excited for it to get another, I don't even want to say wacky comp, but a wacky choice coming out in the form of the Phoenix.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely think the ISO's better, but you can do some cool stuff with the Phoenix these days.
Alongside Martin on the Yoru.
Should have some good fall behind it.
Actually, a quick creep up outside B.
Yeah, so early work from Martin and
Dude,
an early death.
Kamek has just been
Clean work.
unbelievable.
Oh, there's Martin gone.
Ever since he got kicked from Liquid, he's just been on this redemption arc and is just winning so many games. Yinsu, thank you so much for the raid. Thank you. I appreciate that, Yinsu.
Pause for
The
thought.
stream is good.
Looking for anyone to try and re-clear.
And Mel at the same time.
There it is.
Melsu raid.
Again from Kamek. Just
Thank you so much,
clearing
you
out some mini, getting his name up in the feed and closing out. Gentlemates, solid start here, Mike.
Yeah, again, just Kamek holding his ground and basically has the solo anchor on B site here.
Mel raided Yinsu raided me. Okay. Thank you so much, you two.
Martin dropped immediately. There's no real threat developing.
Kamek, yeah, Kamek's been an absolute monster, dude.
He's going to overstep the mark and find themselves.
He's got a point to prove.
Yeah, curious to see. I mean, you'd almost assume here with KC wants to get to the buy rounds. It's going to be very brawly, brute force, finding these very aggressive engagements. You almost have to. It's you come back to that same discussion.
The Outlaw comes out.
Sort of the feast or famine. You have to make it
He's
work.
super weak over towards C at the moment.
Oh, and that's the thing. I do
that is where they're going.
Right now it feels
the grey Omen flash to actually make sure they can get out.
In the early couple of rounds. And one of the players I wanted to look at was Mini during this, a name who's been impressing me in their first couple of series coming out. But Kamek again was cool under pressure before, catching at least one. Maybe one slipping the net, but he should have support if necessary.
Yeah, I like that though. He didn't overheat. He realized he was low HP. Didn't re-peak. Nice signs from Kamek at the moment.
Actually outdone, lovely. Nice synergy from KC. Trying to work together on that one to outdo him, but spikes down towards B. Does recover the Bulldog, so another attempt, but we can see
double holds.
Players on this connect side.
Kata just left him. Okay, Kamek is fragging heavy. Probably going to be the first all we get.
Between games,
it's
almost fueled by that kind of emotional fire that's been burning under him. And even actually in the Lost versus Foot looks fantastic throughout that. Probably, you could argue, the best player in the server.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, already off to a flying start here, 6-0. After the first two
Out here going for the kill record, yeah.
Again, the Phoenix just feels like
we got the Outlaw that can one-shot too.
You look at the other kind of duelists that are being.
Dude, I like this from Gentamates.
I do want to see
bonus round, they go for the 4-person punish over towards A, potentially with the Omen flash.
It was something that again said on the desk.
Most people lay Omen flash from here.
Discussing this, and that's not bad. Martin with a good start, set into motion obviously by that Sova utility, but still keeping numbers to the good. KC maintain 4.
Yeah, they come out on top heavy from this as well. It's weird. There's multiple aggros that teams do at the moment, and then DRX used to have like 3 that they do. All they have like really good thought process, and then I do recently see everyone go for the 2-2 and do a really awful Omen flash that doesn't get much. Like, DRX do some like really good ones. If they want to do it from here, they would do a 3 with a 1, and then Omen flash like this. I hate the Omen flash that most teams are doing at the moment, just for the short swing. I much prefer like the aggro with like this one across here.
Trying to find some safety is not going to happen. Mini now complimented this man, but a very tricky predicament.
It's like teams know that they should be going for aggro A, but they don't actually like look into what other teams are doing. Gentamates have a lot of money, a lot of money on this. So
very clean round 3 from
the Omen flash from short is just harder to dodge for the attackers, but like that doesn't really make
it's just for the insta swing, right? It's just for people that like commit in the corner, but not many people commit there.
Unable to escape here. yeah, the timing on the peak there from the drone actually coming up on long. This kill.
I will say the kick-up cage really saved them.
Cautious in approach. Well handled. That's it. Even in that regard, nobody from Gentlemates overstepping the mark either.
Whoever got this game, I went for Gentlemates, but
I'm
not like crazy confident with it. Damn, that's a nice flash there.
See how well they deal with the utility again.
Could maybe do something with that a little bit later if they want to.
Trying
to flash off the recon to make sure they get the scan.
Yeah.
He is, but look, there is a player down here. He's not going to be scot-free on this. He got a little lazy on the clear on the corner.
Yeah.
Sadak just keeping that aim locked
He
in
was
on
like,
it.
he looked ready
Beautifully
for it,
done.
and then
That
as soon as
pressure now through
he
from
swung
Garage
out, he
Canada
changed his
is in a
crosshair.
world of trouble. Get out of
Yeah,
there.
almost want him out of sight altogether.
His
Crosshair
crosshair placement even.
He's going to try and make something happen off the paranoia. He does.
Guys, done well.
Okay, he's got Avis.
Got the trade.
Disrespecting
Got the
it. You
trade,
thought
got
that
out
would
of there
have
as
been
well.
time to retreat,
Smoke
but
to
no.
enable a
Wanted to play
flood.
ahead and bring it
Instant
back down to
re-clear a
just
garage with
4v4.
the drone as well, and the push down middle in
Anybody
terms of
else from
reactions.
Gentlemates?
Very nice at the
Saying this,
moment.
but
Still
actually
no
KC
plant.
not committed towards the plant. Once again, cutting
Triple
sound,
swing?
waiting for an overstep here, but Elite's in a really weird position here. Gentlemates are winning out.
Damn, look at that from Gentlemates. This was nice. Lovely reaction from them. Insta drone and push down middle. That was cool.
Back in yesterday's
At the same
game
time, I don't know
almost,
what,
with that
like, the
pause that we were seeing
position.
from
I like
Vitality
the
taking
pause on
that
side
space
from
and then slowing
KC,
down, but
then like the positions
Gentlemates
were open.
greeting that, looking
They didn't even have to
quite
swing out of the
casual
garage
about it.
already
And again,
to
this
take.
confidence
I don't know why they
here, the
didn't straight up hit the site
It's
when they
brilliantly done.
I mean, Canada actually
when they
does
saw
really
the
well to
omen.
focus. The spacing wasn't awful on
They
that
kind
double
of
strike.
cancelled pretty early and then just went back for it.
Yeah, a little
Okay,
strange to
money's
see
money's
that.
looking low. Money's looking
Another
low.
situation where you almost want to be in the comms
4
to
and 3
understand
can't buy
exactly
next.
what's been relayed.
Look at this three-play stack towards the A side.
Okay, they're
though, as
definitely
much as
gonna
they're
do a
trying
play with this
creep up this Mike,
this late flash thing
so
they're
many
doing
bodies here.
at one point.
Does it get info? Does. That's two. And there's the
Okay,
other.
now
Be
they're gonna do
proactive,
the
they wanna be
paper. Okay,
aggressive,
now they're doing the
and then
DRX. This is cool.
Oh, click
Okay,
with
I flamed their aggro A, but now they actually did the DRX with the Omen flash through here. This was nice. This was really, really nice.
And Gentlemate
That's kind of what I
showing
expect.
they have that fire
It's
in them.
this is Gentlemate's first big
Whether or
map.
not Gentlemates
KC wants
have
to
already
balance into
figured
this
out that
stage on-
Carmichael have got a
And
fairly
it's
slow
looking like
approach in
this,
terms
right?
of the
Like
attack.
they're just so much more comfortable.
Absolutely
Yeah, they look good
make
in the
it
map.
count in this round.
Apart from that.
Beautiful execution on this.
Also, Zipan here with the spacing, lovely, because it
Yeah.
almost lets you get to slip there.
Yeah. And Click, I don't even think actually spotted ahead of that. The second player stacked on bricks will force out a very, very early Carmine Court timeout
Okay,
here.
very, very nice.
That was lovely. I
So
love
about
it.
those 9 rounds of attack.
Proactive ult like that, because it feels so nice having the back
I
pocket
said,
where to maybe play retake with or
yeah.
something like that.
Yeah.
But to
Yeah.
Because
invest
their
it there
comp
just
can't
feels
hold.
like, no, you're not
Their
even
comp
getting
on
a
defense
chance
can't hold an
into
aggro A. Like they
Except the
can't
nature
hold
of some
anything
of
for
these
A
losses
default.
early on
So
as well. You almost expect
they're pretty much
with this
starting the map
composition,
with
like I
no
said,
A
you
control
have
and
to come out of the
defense.
gate
So
swinging
they have to get a
to make
lot
the
on
Phoenix
attack
work.
here. Unless they just
You get the
aggro
ultimate
C the whole
online nice
time,
and
which they
early,
could do.
The
with this comp.
body in hand effectively.
And saying the Phoenix to work, 0 to 5 so far.
Another black chat crash
Not
out.
what the
Hasn't been
Doctor
that bad from
ordered,
K-Cop
one
yet.
away from ult now, but not even an early investment to try and get, that building. Obviously a quiet start, certainly not going to help that matter.
No, for sure. On the flip side, Sadak and Martin already have theirs, but it's not around.
You agree that Gentlemates is the most proactive team in the EMEA currently? Not that I've noticed. They're definitely proactive and they have good reactions, but I'm not sure if it's like more than any other team.
I'm not sure how you quantify that.
And again, this was one of the maps that, 14,
I guess if it just like stands out
more.
more than any other team, oh boy.
What's that then?
Well, we had a 30-minute one earlier.
Fancy!
But yeah, you're right. And that's a difficult one to really look back on because it didn't feel good from either. It was almost like
Liquid. I think they are as well. This is what I mean. Most teams now in like a 4v5 have good reactions.
Yep.
It certainly wasn't a convincing victory.
It wasn't.
And don't stream turn off your bit. I turned off your. Should be better now.
Coming back to the veto, doesn't feel like a convincing veto if you're KC. Again, the question mark of Pearl being in there for map 2 versus Icebox, whether or not that's
unofficial TMV raid. What's going on? Why is everyone stopping their streams?
Yeah, no,
that's the one I can't get my head around.
No, I
because
know. You were pacing the green room. You were furious about it.
Getting ready to
we
check
come
from
out
the
now, we
players
see a
again.
comp change on Haven. Maybe that's indicative of
TMV
something they've gone
going
away
to
and
football,
worked on.
that's
But if you
Going
look at this
football, a Wolves
at
game.
face value,
Face value.
He's
won the
playing
veto,
football.
and there's a real chance that even you said they could close out 2-0.
Soccer
There's a
man's
chance.
Valorant.
I don't see it being, you know, the hugest chance in the world, but
He's playing.
By no
God
stretch of
damn,
I'm sitting
dude.
here saying this would be an easy 2-0 for Gentlemen.
The elderly
purely
team.
based off the veto alone.
The 40 pluses.
I mean, hindsight, Harry maybe
That's crazy.
4-1 start if this
Don't
does
disrespect
continue
that,
on.
like, that's
You're certainly very
for old people.
concerned then,
Actually
looking back
fun.
at the bigger picture.
because we can kind of get into it when we talk veto, because the fact that KC floated
Okay.
Pearl through both of their early series, it doesn't look like it's a problem, neither does
No.
this. Martin looking easy to deal with, more info spotted towards sewer, and proactivity down towards C long.
He
Just
isn't
so
you?
the
Oh my
production might
goodness.
be using the buttons, there it is, even the observers
He
are on
plays.
it.
I mean, anyone
faster
in
than me.
anyone
I shouldn't
from
be doing it,
England
they're nailing it.
probably can play a rank.
Speaking of nailing it,
Like
big shot.
is like a
Nice
must,
from
man.
Arvez, a couple more of those. And now they're getting aggressive. Now this I get a little
You
bit
get
nervous
taught more
about,
football
but
than you do
again,
like
kind of
geography in
showing
England,
that
that's why.
aggression and confidence and taking a couple of those key fights and clearing the question
That checks
marks
out
along.
based on what I saw from like English footballers in the interviews and
Concerned
stuff.
about Click's position.
Yeah.
He's not dealing with that trip, so the bulk of this push coming through to
There's
Garage,
some
it could be a
shots being hit
concern
here.
in
I'm
the
saying it's
post one,
winnable,
especially
but-
now with Sugetsu down to 23 HP.
It's that player on long. It's Click down
Oh, Click
here.
is
It's
behind
going to
it.
be the factor. If Mini's spotted
Sadak's
elsewhere-
looking back this way, yeah, but
No, Sadak's a smart
Yeah,
boy.
what's the timing?
But you're going
Tap
to give it
of
a
this?
glance. You're probably not going to expect the world, and they've
Is he
he's
gonna
cleared
expect
well
him
here, Click.
close?
He's done
Whoa,
very
whoa, whoa.
well. It wasn't the cleanest shot, but it doesn't matter. It's across the line, and Sugetsu's HP becomes such an near-on impossible object to
Probably good
avoid.
for one though,
23
right?
to work with.
Oh, that's
and
unlucky.
yeah, it's perfect.
That's
Lovely
unlucky.
in the end
This
from
is the
Gentlemen.
one
I'm
that I
really
thought he was
impressed
going to
with
get
this
just
so far,
moved
Mike,
away.
but it was never really
Okay,
me
they did a
looking at
timeout
Gentlemen
and it
to
was
be the
for
ones
the
to
next
prove
round. It
anything
wasn't
to
for
me.
this round
I
really,
wanted to
so
see
let's see what they're going to be
something
doing.
great from Carmine Core.
I
You
would
look at the
love to
potential,
see something like
and I'm not
fast.
seeing it
They must
here.
have a
I think
good
that's key
C
as well to
split.
come back and look at maybe start of season expectations. Gentlemen have already
That
kind
was
of
the one
had their
round that they
upswing.
looked good
Yes.
on.
Like they're already
They-
kind of, I don't want to say over
This-
delivering, but
yeah.
certainly performing ahead of where we would have looked.
Let's
Carmine
see.
Core on the
I
flip
do
side
think they
of
should
that,
have a pretty good set
are
strat.
actually fairly
Problem is
far behind in
well,
terms
I
of
say problem.
expectations.
This is
They got
technically
5
the group
ults to
they're
work with,
operating in
surely.
Is the harder one. I guess on paper people wanted to call Omega the harder group. So
Yeah,
you
like
can't
from
be
Gentlemen, they realize they're up against 5
fumbling
ults.
some
They
of those
go
games
one
that
way
on
into
paper should have been
recon,
yours,
into
but it's the way it
double
goes. We've
stun,
got
down
ults
towards C long,
galore
take a
for
lot of map
KC.
control, trying to
If
get
there
some
was a
kills
round,
on the
see
players
some
that
of
have the
that
ults.
brilliance that your Eng will have, that your Sadak will have. This would be it. So far, simple.
Why the Phoenix in this map?
4-1 split.
We're trying
Looking
to
like B's
we're
the
trying to
eventual
work it
goal.
out.
Flash in,
We're
but
trying
we
to- let's
can
wait
already
and
see the
see,
posturing,
hopefully.
and already look at the space once again being taken. These fundamentals are working brilliantly for Gentlemates to keep map control.
Click.
Okay,
Has
they
to
get
be
their
considered this time
A-plant.
around, surely.
Yeah, I mean, he broke
I mean,
tripler,
Elite
right?
is in a disconnected position, and actually you can see elsewhere proactive towards A-Link from Carmine Core.
Dude, this is weird with the late luck
Drone
from
actually
long.
invested so deep on, it's going to spot out Mini.
This is Fury coming in. Mini's going to go down. This is better. Canna trying to be controlled, but
It's
it
a
doesn't
nice
work.
trade
Zip
from
out
this
the
one.
other
Looks like
find
it might be
Sadak
down
really
to
that
just damage for
2v3.
Gentlemen here.
Sugetsu, Martin, Elite, all still here. Trying to play from the site and one down towards main. A quick wave
Yeah, no
out
vision
towards
block
main,
as
at
well.
least for Sugetsu. But can they get this done in time? The time is ticking here. This looks good.
Oh, hold up.
That shot looks great, though. But time is going to be
Yeah,
a
he
factor.
might be able to
They
stick
gotta
this.
know it. They're doing so well here, though. But this is so close. I don't think there's time now to make
Okay,
the curve. And no,
it's
Sugetsu
close though, right?
flying
And he
into the
doesn't
second.
save his
But
gun.
it took a lot.
Like, Gentlemates will take this.
Frugal though with the ultimates, they only really burned up the new
Yeah, they only use Phoenix ult though.
So credit in that regard for KC to find their second. Gentlemate's definitely made it interesting though.
It felt like it was left a little too late, maybe, for Click to make that a little bit of a play in.
Overall, that was
they're holding
Gentlemates,
all those
though.
extremities,
Yeah,
but they just gets diffed in the 1v1.
and again, I believe it was 3 bodies. 3
Yeah,
bodies
Gentleman's face is
towards
really
A-Link
close
to
on
try
this.
and find extra space.
So, 5
secure
people
that
with the
postmark.
1-9 loss
Like I said,
bonus.
the drone is used so
If
deep
they
that
lose
actually
it,
is onto a
Giant
side.
round for Gentlemates. They do the same thing. Into over towards
See
C.
KC
Stun,
start to
stun,
cycle
one way
through
with
the ultimates now.
recon again.
Judge in hand
Instant
for
reaction over
Martin,
towards
yeah,
A.
I
They
guess.
got a cam for retake. They got info
clear.
trip 1 short.
Gentlemen will concede all of this space.
Seems like we've got
Wait,
some comms
why
coming
we got
through
the
here.
comms?
Hopefully those can get cleared up. I'm going to talk over it, so hopefully nothing gets leaked.
Yeah,
Don't really
well,
love the idea of
Jesus.
that going out on stream. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. Hopefully production can cut that for you guys.
Oh,
now,
that's
we
sick.
look towards Sadak on long. Does manage to get Kamek down, and the follow-up too. Nice from Sadak. Still going to have his ult there in pocket if things get a little dicey. Even spotted out Zipan towards Heaven. Paranoia coming in, but the numbers are so strong. I'm pretty sure it's just down to Zipan here, and this is now a formality.
21 HP, nothing left to do in this round now.
That is
Four
not
rifles
great.
will be maintained here.
Imagine.
KC make their exit. 3 on the board now for them.
We still have a couple of.
Yeah, on the back of Martin paving the way. I said frugal.
I mean,
once
it's cool.
more, no
It's cool
overinvestment.
to hear that it comes, but
Still maintain.
I don't think they're going to be happy about that, though.
Yeah, exactly.
But more importantly, the Hunter's Fury.
the free listening, yeah.
Wonder what this is
I
I think this is a production tech pause.
Yeah, I think this might be our
That's
first
what I was wondering,
production.
Did they hear what
tech
we
pause.
heard?
Do you know what? I'll put it out there just to be transparent. I was talking a lot because there were comms in our ear from the teams, and I assumed that they didn't want that being played, so I yapped a little harder. So apologies if I sounded like I was losing my mind. I am. But for now, we take a second and hopefully get this one sorted in front of us.
Red
And when we
card
know
for
more, we
production,
will
honestly, might
inform
be.
you. Funny, there's no graphic
ticker.
on that one.
Yeah, just yet.
Well, let's kind of
Trying to work out how on earth the comms are coming through. Quantum Shade, thank you so much for the Prime, dude. I appreciate the 2 months.
But very well considered every single time.
This was nice from K-Cop though. They actually managed to win a round with lots of people surviving, so their money's good.
Very cautiously investing, very safe, and it's got them 2 rounds now. They're doing lovely with this.
I mean, even to bring it back here with how the map has started, so that timeout paying dividends. Just to note again as well, Kamek leading the way for Gentlemates, 11 and 4 right
Banzi's
now.
one of the best Valcasters. Well,
Continuing
fourth
that
found in the
standout
kitchen,
performance we've seen previously. But yeah, I mean, not necessarily sold once. I mean, it's not even something. It's almost going back to what late 2023 really would have been.
Anzi,
its
yeah, she did good to
heyday.
cover it up.
Those were the days.
But yeah, again, there's not really a lot of nuance to it. It's fairly linear in terms of. Yeah, you can play hyper-aggressive, but we're not seeing Carmine Cord do that. So what's the kind of mid to late round tools that we're trying to rely on here? Is it just around cycling these ultimates?
It's not about
Maybe.
toxicity
I was
or
kind
anything
of
like that.
looking
You
at
just
if there's
don't
gonna be
want to
some
hear
specific
mid-round
util
comms
usage to
because
maybe
that can give away
take that
like
control
strats
towards
and
garage
stats
or
and
pressure
tendencies
B
of teams.
consistent. I was
Makes it
Team.
so
but
much easier to
I
understand
don't
them.
feel these days I get much
But yeah,
from a
the only
Phoenix that I
only
don't get
listener,
from a
and I'd be worried
Neon,
for his vitality
perhaps, or
these days after
something
what
of
we
that
heard
ilk.
in the
There's so many
replay.
other options now that suit that role a bit better. Yeah, you get the ult,
This is
obviously,
interesting.
which
They reported a
does cycle
bug.
quickly, but
I wonder what on.
Yeah. Like I said, not a lot of
play
nuance
Waylay
to-
then.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's. I mean, it comes back to the same discussions we were having a few years back, which is
yeah.
why do you justify?
I want
over
another safe
another
incident,
pick?
yeah. Dude, if that's the stuff they're
do that for
replaying,
now.
God knows what gets said like during
Not
rounds.
update, but we are actually potentially investigating a
I
bug.
still don't understand
we
how
know anything
production
else, we
didn't
will
like
let you
cut
know.
that, you know? Like,
Didn't spot anything.
I didn't see
we're
it either.
cutting swears.
I
and
ca-
stuff.
but
So
I can't
nosy.
believe he's even saying it as well. That's the main thing.
That's another
Happens
thing,
on
right?
this, usually don't pretend that we haven't.
It's probably Alberto keeping stuff from us. He's like that. Producer Alberto. Cheek of it. If it does go on too much longer, we'll go back to the desk. And I say that with sheer confidence. How's that feeling?
Well,
Oh,
I
boy.
wasn't listening to you.
Ah, well.
I was talking to Alberto.
Dude, like a
So,
25-minute
Alberto, best mate.
timeout for
No, I was
each
saying,
game.
If it takes any longer, we'll go back to the desk.
Yeah.
Maybe.
No,
No,
say it
maybe,
with confidence.
maybe.
No.
We could do that. We could do that, maybe.
I am a goal, yes.
It's getting close to that time. We'll let you know as we get the information if we are heading back to the desk. Maybe it just needs a second or two to investigate further, but well, Theorycraft, what do you reckon's happened? Make something up.
Well, then
Lie-
maybe there's something.
Lie completely to me.
Maybe there's something in the water today, because this will be the second for today.
Yeah.
We were talking about. Do you remember? Was it Nookie's PC back at
Don't.
the Coliseum?
No,
that did the rounds on the stage. I think it was Nookie's
It
PC,
was. And I don't know if the people at home remember, but it used to be the cursed PC, trust you me. Now, we have got delightful news. We're not going back in game yet. No, I just want to get you excited. We're going to the desk, because this might take a little longer.
Oh boy. Another one.
It'll be a while.
Dude, what actually
Absolutely
happened?
in love with the guessing game on tech issues.
Is
Absolute
it,
cinema.
is
Put it
there
on
an actual
flashback if
team
you had
bug
to
or
make
is
a
this
guess.
At
production
the bottom
tech
says a
because I saw you
potential
in chat.
bug, and that's as far as we've gotten. Have no idea what the bug is, but bugs can be annoying, so let's smack it.
Whoa.
Sorry.
Okay, that was very aggressive.
I could have gone second.
We need that, and I believe the LC
Shrey,
needs it
thanks
as
so much for
well,
the prime.
so-
Appreciate the 16 months.
That sounds like a them problem,
Yeah,
I feel,
okay.
personally.
But we have that on tape in case they ask on Monday. We have that on tape.
Yeah, don't play that tomorrow. They'll never bring me back.
For the
Actually,
introduction
before
stuff.
we're
Okay.
diving into
Relax.
whatever we have to fill time until they figured out which kind of creepy crawlies are bugging us on stage. Mac, we haven't gotten your thoughts on the compositions yet.
Yeah.
Seeing a Phoenix in the mix, kind of
Yeah.
exciting.
Bit of fun, bit of
Yeah.
action, bit of something different, which is good. And I think something different is needed because, you know, KC haven't been finding, you know, a huge amount of success, and Gentlemates in particular. That Haven's been looking relatively decent for them. Their structure, everything has been going incredibly well so far. This stage, you
Hello,
that being
Pansy.
said, you know, KC
Looks like
as
it's
mentioned,
going well.
needed the shake-up, and the shake-up unfortunately didn't come out straight away. What was it? It was 2-0, 3-0, or 2-1, something like that, right off the gate. And then after that, it got a little bit messy. And and we're getting to the
Muddy
point where
Valorant.
the thing is, it started incredibly good. The structure GM brought in was great.
Yeah, I
Kind of
like to
the
see the
open
composition the
party
KC is
mic, right?
bringing.
'Cause
They're,
like,
they're
use
known
a
for
separate
bringing in
software
something
for
new.
comms and
I
Yeah,
like
they
the
use
fact that
separate
they're moving
stuff.
away from the harbor because we have, at least from the partnership era, and I believe because Phoenix plus another duelist, or even Phoenix on Haven was not a thing when Euro was played. So I'm gonna just throw this one and say definitely, at least in partnership era, we have not seen the Phoenix played on Haven. But specifically this composition, there has to be the first time. So they're still on that line of surprising the opponent, of played into their strengths. And as you said, Mates had a brilliant start. Not only getting the pistol rounds, but we were seeing the aggression.
Again, the
and
Phoenix stuff can
understanding
kinda
of
work,
their
but
winning conditions
haven't
of
seen-
not allowing
seen
KC
much stuff
to
from it
grab
yet.
those orbs, to get on those ultimates.
Yeah.
Because in the last 2 rounds that we have seen them using the Phoenix ult, something that Gentlemates has to respect, compulsory.
pretty
And then
basic
also
thus
beautiful
far.
usage of the Euro ult. So them getting this couple of rounds after the pause that we heard, it's not something that they're going to have for every round. So I want to see what comes next and after what we saw.
The 2 agents that we have now seen in the last 2 days, which were not picked in EMEA,
Don't understand Phoenix over Teo.
stage,
I mean,
including kickoff,
yeah, Teo is broken, but
Sky
also
and
completely
Phoenix.
different
we got them
agents,
both
right? Maybe
back
they
to
just have
back
an
days.
idea.
So I think there might only be
Treat.
1 agent left off the top of my head.
I mean,
This is
Keiko
prep
just
I was
do
doing
mad
before
stuff.
I even came over. And
Yeah, they just-
I
they
can't
just
remember
do
what
what
that
they
is,
like.
but, you know, hopefully we'll be back in game soon.
Resolution,
Get
not
that
an
for you if
in-game
you
bug.
Yeah,
Game
as you
will
can see on your
resume
screens right now, it
shortly.
is not an in-game bug, so we
Okay.
should be resuming shortly.
We're
so
getting
that's
ready
good
checks.
news.
That's always a good
Get ready
sign.
checks. So
Always a good
we're about to dive straight back into all the action. The cast has talked about it. Also, Crashies gave his thoughts on the maps here. M80 seems to be M80. I'm American pilled at this
Yep,
point.
it
No,
happens.
Gentlemates M8. They seem to be
M80.
favored in the map. Would you agree with that?
I do
think
that
in
the same mistake all
general,
the
with
time.
performance recently, they're just looking favoured for the
Who allowed
matchup,
those
and
teams to
if
have
it's
the
a
same
2-0, it's going to
acronym
go that way.
almost?
Oh, well, we're about to find out as we're heading back into the action. So for all of that and so much more, we're going to send it back over to the ever so lovely, yes, I said what I said, Pansy and Havoc. Hypoc. Havoc.
It's that
What is
pause
happening?
between.
Yeah,
You're
it's
in an
still
angle.
doesn't
You
sound
there.
genuine.
No, it doesn't.
Doesn't.
It's like,
It's just-
love you, Pansy, but I guess Hypox there too. I haven't seen it unpaused in game yet.
No, stage is still red. Stage is still red.
The desk needed a break.
Resuming shortly. But resuming now.
Resuming
Now it's
shortly
just
to resuming.
It's not.
Headsets on.
Yep.
Everyone.
Every
Actually.
little sup.
There we go.
There we go.
Unpaused in game.
Colour change.
Just there we are.
Yippee!
Crowd goes wild. Appreciate you.
Okay,
Welcome to E EMEA.
but 2 in a row though.
Closer.
Money
The focal point now for
Money's
the
actually
remainder of Haven.
3 to
I
7.
forgot
depleted
what
now
was
from the
going
good Gentlemates
But
start.
on the board, right?
Yes. Yes, one of
Guys,
those was
still
I
not
think
at his
Sheriff
PC
Kill
though.
Came in. But you know what?
Aves,
It's back.
we cool?
Is he getting a weapon?
It's on the floor. It's in front
Oh, okay, I
Aves?
can see through the...
Oh boy.
Well,
Guys,
Well,
there's somebody...
I'm gonna be honest,
that
guys.
doesn't look good.
It's not looking good out here, chat.
looking
Can you
pretty
see
rough.
the issue? I need the little, you know, have you seen the meme with like the stick with a little hand on it? You tap on the screen.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, I need a look. Can we? Oh, we should.
Oh, you've...
No,
Observers have
observers.
trolled me.
The timing of that was
There's
wild.
no.
Yep. Can we get the little, like, free cam real quick?
There's the weapon. There it is.
Oh, clear the screen. Oh. Yes,
Just
I believe
there.
that's... Oh, observers again.
Yeah. Oh, we're going for a knife fight.
Left down middle. Choose
Wow.
sides.
Yeah.
That's how it works.
Oh, so we're starting from scratch, I guess. We're still looking at it. We're still watching it. But just to let you know,
Isn't
this doesn't count.
aren't the rules that if
Maybe a little
damage is done, they can't
confusing,
replay
but
the
as you can
round?
see
Yeah, I
on
mean, but
player
the
cam,
issue's
the
way
stage
before.
runs red once again.
Okay, I'm just making sure.
I've only picked up the bloody gun.
Well,
He's
that's not
moving
good.
now.
Oh, he's moving.
Now you've cut away from it. It was stage fright. That's what it
Oh, I'm
was.
still nervous.
Well, there's a chance we're going to roll back
Can
now.
you imagine the words chrono break?
I'm pretty sure.
Oh,
I'm pretty sure. And again, earlier we were saying,
Don't,
oh,
don't
you've
chrono
done it
breaks
well.
take like
Yeah, no.
ages in this game.
Most popular mini on the show.
Yeah,
Damn.
undoubtedly. It's not even close, actually.
Not even close. Not even close. So anyone in chat, now is the time to ask questions. We will answer them completely honestly. Zero lies will be said. Anything you want. Michael will be heading the answers up.
As a
I
chrono
will
break,
be
you like
posing
turn the game
questions.
back to the
So
state
anything
before a
you
bug
wish to know,
happened.
now is the time. It's
But I
like,
also don't
those, like,
know if they
call-in
do
shows
actual
like
chrono
Dear
breaks in
Deirdre.
Valorant, or if they just
Yes.
remake the
Been
server and
cheating.
make
One of
every
those,
round
it's gonna
look
be
the
one of
same on
those.
the
Kinda like
scoreboard.
No,
we're
they have
not giving
they have
much
rollback
advice
built
on
in.
mainstream.
They do have it, okay.
Yeah, yeah.
There's time. There's time. I'm waiting for chat to catch up so I can... Oh,
As is expected, a player has reported a computer issue.
Oh.
Just in case you
I
were
wonder
curious.
Just
I
in
wonder
case.
who it was. I'm most curious. Here we are. Michael, what do you think of Sliggy? Quick fire.
That can't be the
Top
question.
3 people of all time.
Wow, because he says something different when he puts your name in chat.
Well, I know-
That's
I
crazy.
know the chat command you're talking about.
Favorite
Yep.
color.
Red. Say what you see.
Can we overtake the Pacific crown of tech pauses? We're on the way. We're on the way.
I think if we were to actually count back to the last few years, we're still way ahead.
Oh, yeah, no.
Oh, that is true.
Call it,
Yeah,
man.
I
And
think
then if
that's
we were
right.
to total
Thing-
time of
I think it's like
timeouts,
Apex has the
still,
longest
we're
pause,
still
but in
way
terms of
ahead.
amount of
I
singular
still-
pauses,
still
Yeah,
have
EMEA
a
has
record
crazy, man.
Oh,
tech pause
100%.
back in, was it Masters Berlin?
It might have been. Oh, there's some brutal questions, chat. You're a little lethal. on
This
that
is why there's no filter applied.
No,
Do
there's
you
none, but
feel
it's
more
really funny. I wish I
comfortable
could say it on
casting with
Just to give it
shorter
out there, we are
co-casters
obviously doing
because
a
they're
round
closer to your
rollback, so it
level?
should
That's crazy.
Take a couple of minutes. Once we
Have
have
to read that
an
actually.
ETA, we'll give you an update on that.
Reference to Mini here. Do you feel, this is a question to me, do you feel more comfortable casting with shorter co-casters because they're closer to your level? That's just like a little bit of flame for me and then
Yeah,
Mini.
yeah.
That's brutal. Alright, well, I'm 5'6". That's
Couldn't
perfectly
resist that one.
reasonable. There's not many questions coming in, guys. I need you to get on it. Otherwise,
How many
I don't know what we're
boxes
talking
did
about.
Vinny
Chat,
have
help
to
him out.
stand
Come on, get more
already?
questions in.
No, it's certainly dried up after the
Oh, we
first
got some
tech
ass
pause.
passes
But
in.
really,
we've already run the content out. Guys, just relax in the
The crowd.
audience.
the crowd
production
on
says
the crowd on their feet, as you can see.
if there's any more tech pauses of this length, free drinks for everyone.
Yep.
That's wild.
And maybe we'll send Mac out again.
Yeah, oh, Mac out there
Send
just
Mac to
fighting the audience.
to flame everybody in the audience again. That got down well actually today.
Yeah,
Derby
no,
day.
that would, oh,
Well received.
oh, if only we had 10 rounds. Michael, do you believe Paper X can bounce back?
Always.
Really?
Yeah, always.
Really?
It's Paper X. They defy all odds. They do things that they're not meant to do, but they work.
Where's
What's the
Proud
favourite
to
tech
go
pause you've ever
crazy
been a
over
part
this?
of?
My favorite tech pause.
Mine's gonna be the turret. You know it's the turret.
Oh, the turret one was crazy.
We were on the
We were
way.
leaving.
We were on the way to the shuttle to go back to the hotel.
Yep.
And
I
it was
remember
like,
that
"Oh,
one.
you've got to go back
That
into
was with
makeup."
Exed, right?
In fact, actually, it was Mitch Man that came and
That
told
one
me.
was so
we have to go-
wild.
and I was
Did
like,
you, like,
I'm not believing you.
Yeah, Mitch
It was
Reliance.
Exed FPX,
Yeah,
right?
no one
Like,
trusts me.
Yeah,
FPX
yeah.
is lovely.
Production has got us an
that
SOT.
was
Chat, you
ridiculous.
can
they're
decide, do we
sitting
go
up.
to a lovely video or do we carry on yapping?
No,
think
they're sitting
yapping.
up.
I think yapping.
Type one in chat
We'll see.
for an SOT.
All right, just before he has a real go at me, we are going to go to the SOT, so we'll be back in just a moment.
Wow.
You need to be smart and like know when the right time is to go in.
I will say she's decent. It's
You know what's the worst part about that tech
And,
pause
double dash
with
and then
Exit
kill one, dismiss
FPX?
back, you know,
Yeah.
I think it's,
Everybody was
unit
saying
transfer.
that turret,
Seems to
the
me
turret behavior was
it's
a
more like
bug.
a ranked
That was
demon
100%
agent,
intended,
from
like
biased experience.
replicable,
She's horrible in
like
solo
consistent
queue.
turret
Like, I haven't
behavior.
really seen like an
I
actual
have
like good annoying waylay.
I have no idea what those people were
But,
thinking.
but it always does do that.
Spread, you know, because
Yeah,
of the
it always
promo,
used to
and
do
then
that,
it
and then
spreads.
we
If
saw
you
that
can
one
utilize the
replay,
ultimate
and there is
correctly,
suddenly
it's
a
good.
conversation in the
But I
community,
feel like
this is a
so
bug
far
or intended,
with
and
what
then
I've seen, like,
the
ult's
patch
not
note
getting,
said
like, the craziest value
changed
consistently,
intended behavior
so
to
I
not
think you
do
gotta
that
make really
anymore.
good plans around
It
that.
was not a bug, and somehow that was a replay. It was ridiculous.
You can see the full potential
Wait,
of
what?
this agent in only in
What do you mean?
competitive. When you
The
have four
patch
people
notes
behind you,
later in
VCT,
KJ.
who can help
Yeah,
you.
but after
Yeah.
the incident, right?
Yeah,
at least
after
about-
Okay,
this
yeah,
incident, they made a
Follow them
change,
behind.
and they
Because this
described
agent, as I
that
said,
exact
requires a
turret
lot of,
behavior, they
mechanics
removed
skills,
it,
because you
but
don't
it
have
was
a
not a
smoke on
bug,
that,
that
like-
was
like on
a
that, you
change
don't
of
dash
intended
smoke,
behavior
but
of that
dashing
piece
in
of
open
utility.
space,
No, but
so
it,
you
so it
always
wasn't
feel
going
before
as
you do something.
intended.
I think in pro play,
It
I can
was.
side more
It
with the point
wasn't.
that,
That's
like,
what they're
you
saying.
need
They
four
changed
players around
it
you
so
that, like,
because
have
that wasn't
LP set
what
up,
is
or else,
intended.
Like the value you're gonna get, like
No,
again,
what
one
I'm
off
saying
two
is-
or like Jet or something.
Turret
like
behaved
her.
intentionally
Agent,
during
it's insane. Like, it's
that
super-
whole debacle,
super fun,
but because the
competitively,
community was
I
thinking
still
this is a
haven't
bug, the
seen,
patch notes
the
changed
perfect
the
maybe
turret behavior to
combination
be
of
what the
agents or how
community
to
thought
use it
was
properly, you
supposed
know.
to be correct.
She should be good
That's
on
what
some
happened.
maps, but I'm not gonna say it. He should keep on me.
I think I'm lost, to be honest.
Yeah, we've gotten
Ah,
a few
doesn't matter, it's
glimpses
fine.
of waylay usage so far in EMEA, some more successful than others. Gentlemates actually did play waylay as well. together
Half
with
the chat's
Geo
saying you're
on
wrong,
Icebox,
half the
and
chat's
they
saying
did
you're
win
right.
that match.
Okay,
I
the
believe it
patch
was
notes
against
didn't
like
say
the
literally
Weevil,
the community
or
was
what is type?
complaining,
I
so we
know,
changed the
weird,
turret.
like a weird
But the
concept,
patch notes
that I
said
do.
the intended behavior
Do I-
of the turret was changed.
The match that
So
where
like
the
they
third
changed.
map never happened.
We
That's
wanted
one.
the turret to work like what it worked in the bug,
Oh,
but
God,
now
you
we
just-
want it to
you
work.
just gotta love having
like-
Yeah,
Frances
but
in the
is that not
studio.
just them
It's
being
like a
lazy?
guarantee. She just loves
Yes, it
having the
is.
tech pauses. She will
Yeah.
try and pry for as many as we can.
Look, they wanted me out there to fight the audience, and I was ready to go. I was
In a bear
standing up.
costume or just as is?
In what?
In a bear costume. That's how usually
No,
people
attack the bear. I'd
And
throw
you
on
be
attack the bear. If there's attack the bear costume around the studio, I'll be throwing that on, and I will be fighting everyone in the audience. Make sure you come and see me.
No.
We can make it happen.
No.
Why? Why
I'm
not?
sure there's some
No.
insurance claims.
No.
Who
to be
ordered the
filed.
I don't know. What do you
Cappuccino.
have?
I was going to go for like paper, scissors, rock, but you didn't.
You know, it's not just about.
Who says that order?
We're not going to see his guns on
Rochambeau.
display in the audience. No, we're going to look at some guns being fired inside our
We will be
servers.
doing
So
a
what you got
round
for
rollback
Hasbro?
of
So
the
this
last
is how
round. Well,
we
yeah.
saw Mate lock down the pistol round, and it is just going to be great fundamentals. So as you can see, their card art was just tucked into the corner. You had Zippin and who's his merry friend there, that's Mini. They're just going to be swinging on the contact, and it's just classic fundamentals. There is a lot of tools in Valorant to stop this from happening, but that is what I wish my ranked teammates did, you know? So I say, don't peek, swing when I shoot, right? That is what they just did, and it won them the round. I say that to my ranked teammates. They peek anyway and die, and they're like, why didn't you swing with me? I'm like, anyway, communications, it is important. And as an Australian, half of Europe doesn't understand me.
It's true. That's factual.
Sorry, I'm just getting that out. I got a lot of pent-up rage, which is why I want to fight the audience.
This is what the tech pauses are for.
I'm gonna go
Just
fight the
let it all
audience.
out. It's getting very emotional here. Anything you want to share with class?
Yes, I also had a round. I wanted to take a look at how mates understood their winning condition for their opponent.
And they
I
managed to
believe
break
this
down
round
rounds.
5
We've
is a
had like
perfect example
5.
for it. They want to fight for this orb on A because of what we're saying. Having the
Come on,
Phoenix, having the
7.
Euro, you do not want to
Oh,
let
this was
them
a nice
fight for
round
it.
though, to be
And
fair.
it is lovely how Zipan uses this round, even though when he spots 2 players,
was the DRX
Kamek
round.
already has his ultimates. He does not hesitate,
was
no
good.
doubts. Click good for 1, good
The
for
thing
2.
that I really
Zipan
like this is
behind
like
him,
the
carrying all
the late
clearance and a very
omen
quick
flash
and
as well.
easy,
Like
flawless
if
insult.
anyone wants to
Actually,
dodge the
flawless
ult and go and
round for
help the
them.
mates
So,
that get hit by it,
this is the kind
they
of
get
mates that
hit by the
could
omen
win
flash.
this match. And actually,
That was the nice thing about
it
this
differs
draft.
a lot from the mates that we got to meet at kickoff, because when Robbie BK was calling, I remember that they were the kind of team that will play a lot for the retake and will save most of their utility for that
Why are they
retake.
doing a
So
rollback?
seeing that
Is this the
productivity
round
gives
that
a
you
different
saw
look,
though,
gives a
where they were
different
all
edge
AFK?
for mates.
And you gotta love it, you know, as I was saying
It should
in
be
the
just a
last
one
tech
round.
pause. I really think this is going to be a
Chat,
2-0
why are you all losing
for
your mind
mates.
about
At the
them doing a
moment, it's
rollback?
looking like that's going the right
They
direction.
were
Very
they were
solid
literally
defense
all
so far on
AFK.
Haven. And
Like the
that's what
first
you
40
want, you know,
seconds,
the
and then
attack
ran up
side
middle with their
generally
knives
seen
out.
as the stronger side, and especially with, you know, what we're seeing from KC as well. They they do have that double duelist. They are trying
It's
to show
5-2,
us
I
exactly
believe,
why Phoenix
for
has been picked here.
Gentlemen.
And I want to see why. I'm just not convinced on the
3,
Here's
right?
something
Didn't they get two
Here's
in
something
two in a
funny.
row?
Even though
Oh yeah, you're right. Sorry.
this Gentleman's roster is completely
Who do you
different
think
from
would
the
win
one
in a
that I'm about
boxing
to
match,
reference.
Sideshow or
Gentleman's
TMV?
run the composition that Casey
I
is
think,
running, not on
I think
Haven,
TMV
but
would,
on
right?
Ascent. And it made me so sad because he
I
was
have
an
no
attack
idea.
playing on the Phoenix.
I think
and
TMV's
I
pretty
missed
tall.
Attack so freaking
He strikes me
bad.
as taller.
TMV goes to football
I
matches.
would say,
He
you know,
actually
make
should know how to.
That's what I
focusing
mean. I
on
think
this
TMV would just
competition right now,
out-cardio
every
him.
single piece of the puzzle is different right now.
I didn't even mean the
So yeah,
cardio. I
just
meant
looking
like
back,
if
trying
you're
to
in the
see if
stands,
this
you're probably
composition
throwing
has been
hands.
played
You know.
before,
Oh,
you
I
know.
see. Okay, I see.
We don't do that.
Also, before we go back, you know how I was talking about the agents
They're the
that
same
weren't
height.
played so far.
Oh, really?
It is only this stage. It's not the
Yeah,
whole
I reckon
year.
he's got
Every
more
agent
cardio
has
in
actually
him.
been played this year now in EMEA. But Reyna and Sage are the
And
only two
Gecko.
that haven't been. Oh, and Gecko actually.
And Gecko.
That's the one I didn't write down. Thank you.
Ren
Yeah, yeah.
beats
Big
anybody,
Gecko,
whether
I
it's
remember that,
wrestling,
especially
boxing, or
actually.
anything.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Because
That
I mean,
guy
I understand
100%
it. I understand why
beats
we're
anybody.
not
He's
seeing
just
it and
insane.
why people
Brand.
don't
Not allowed
recognize
carries
That's
him.
because he's
Yeah,
crazy.
Bren
somewhere
will
else.
just
But I kind of miss it because
mentally
it was
out insane you.
literally
It doesn't even
defined
matter if
last
you're
year, not only
jacked
here
or
in
not.
EMEA,
Bren will
but across
just
the globe.
beat
So
you.
it's just one of those situations where
What is some of
better
these
option
comments
that
you guys
came
are
around,
typing?
Nobody thinks about Gecko anymore.
Chat, this is the
I
this
do
is the
love
question
how
that you
many
should have
swings
asked
in meta we've already
Pansy.
seen, though, because if you really consider
This would've been
we
great.
already had
Sure,
like,
actually.
obviously kickoff and then the first Masters
Chad,
of
you're
Bangkok,
late with these
and now
questions.
halfway through stage 1, and yet there's already been so many shifts and iterations.
there's
It
still
was
stuff
this
like
earlier.
I like
Exactly,
that.
but it was so wide open, right? Like you weren't shoehorned into like only one or two duelists.
There's not
being viable.
another
Like, you
rollback.
can
This
kind
is the
of
first
play
rollback.
almost everything. You can make it work for you.
Players
depending
and
on
tech
the
pauses
maps
are
as
not
well.
allowed to
Yeah,
talk
you know,
to each other or to
the,
coaches.
You know, beauty of Valorant. You
You're
know, as
just sitting there
the
quiet,
agent
unless
pool
you're the
gets
one
larger
reporting
and
an
larger, there is going
issue,
to
then
be
you're
more
talking
options,
with the-
more ways to
the
play
staff.
the game, more compositions that work on more
If your
different
life
maps, and that's
depended
why,
on it,
you
how
know,
many
you
push-ups
love
can you
teams
do?
that do
What do you mean
cook
if my life depended on
good
it?
food, and then you know,
Why?
we
Like,
still
if
enjoy
you-
the
if
teams
you don't
that
reach the number,
cook the food not.
Yeah, but
might
then
not be
obviously
good,
I'm
it
just
might
going to
not
say
work out,
10,
it
and then
might
you're going to
get
say, okay,
skilled
do
off the plate.
15, and
But
then
at
I'll
least
do
they're
15.
cooking something and showing
Why
us
would you
their-
say 10
their
when you
range.
can just say
I
1?
really like this position as well.
Because it has to be
you have the
realistic.
double duelists. You can also
Okay.
rely
Apple Pie
on a
Fly
lot of
with the Prime,
initiators.
pre-ship
Maybe
the 6
not triple
months.
initiator on Ascent, just a piece of advice. But you can run the double
you,
sentinel,
thank you,
the
appreciate
double
that.
duelist.
Yeah.
Depending on the strengths of your team, you can go more towards one route or the other. And still, everything is up in the
Am
air.
I doing in
love the fact that
BFL?
people are
Probably
being
awful.
adventurous with it. Even
Let's have
though
a
we
look.
know that Tejo is pretty OP, not every team is putting it on every map. Some teams are barely even playing it and
What do
still
we have?
finding very, very good results, which is so fanatic. They play
10
in what, like a
points,
couple of
8
maps
points,
out of all
2
that
points
we
of
have, and
over.
they're still being very successful. So it's
That's
it's
it. So probably
I think
awful,
that
right?
Even though we see some
I
agents
gave
being
up
more
after the first
predominant,
week, man.
for the metas that we have
I should have looked at the
had,
rules.
like the chamber one or at the beginning with you know, back in the day with Raze had 2 nades or with Jet had all the abilities that she had. I like the diversity that we're getting.
Absolutely, and I like at the beginning, obviously, of Teo Breach shenanigans when it just started. It felt
Yeah.
like now it's just like
Look
a
at
Uto kind of
Sideshow's
game,
week.
right? But like I feel like a lot of teams went back to the
Yeah, how do I even view his thing?
That's where our strength is, and if you know your strength, you can make it work against pretty much any team. Now we are still, of course, working on.
How'd you look at other
rollback,
people's
fixing
stuff?
whatever
Fixtures?
has been broken on this stage. So we will
Leaderboard,
continue to
leaderboard?
waffle and entertain you.
Wait,
for our
Sideshow?
roll.
Oh, I see
We
Nico.
have a wheel.
Nico, I
We
see
have a
something in
wheel.
your
We
hand.
have a
You can
wheel
come
now.
in. You're always welcome.
Yeah,
wheels
Nico.
roll.
There we
I
go.
hear.
Nico's bringing in a wheel.
Thank
Does
you.
this even
Because
work?
I'm sure there's some unanswered questions.
Are there
Right.
any
Question from
unanswered
chat.
questions?
Sticky, what's your
Spin the wheel.
favorite Indian food?
Oh, the sound is so
have
satisfying.
no
I don't
idea,
know if it's
man.
being picked up.
No cap.
cap.
Wait, I'm too old to understand what this answer now
Wait,
means.
miss.
No cap
He got
as
a
in, like,
minus
yes,
1.
there
We
are,
got
or
the
no?
boomer desk today.
Yeah,
Oh,
exactly. I'm gonna
shit.
say
It's the plus 30 desk. Like this is not.
Oh yeah,
it's not
dude.
fair.
Honestly, I thought I was doing bad,
Is
but
it-
I looked at
I
Sideshows and
cannot
that's...
let this go. Was an attack or is an attack the best Phoenix that we're ever going to see in EMEA? Not this time,
Oh.
no! Doesn't matter to me, you are an attack. Whatever you are to
Right,
me,
this is
you
actually
are.
kind of cooked, chat.
Well, I
Two.
mean, technically the way you
Also
phrased the
saved him a
question
little bit.
implies that
Mr.
he's
Fallon
not
got minus
currently
1.
Playing in EMEA, so he can't be the
Kicks
best Phoenix
got
we have
3.
in EMEA
Oh,
since
sorry.
he's currently, but he's also
Boo
available
saved him
now
a little
again,
bit as well.
unfortunately. So
He's got a
NXT
10-point
NXT
Casey
any
sitting on the
takers. I would love
bench.
to see a tank back in action.
Is this guy beating me
I know.
overall? It's
What does
embarrassing.
this answer mean? I also like
He
you.
is.
It means ass.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I guess that's
Bottoms.
Entire split.
What do you want to know?
Could be
What do you want to
negative.
know?
Who? No.
Anything goes. Not
Are
anything goes.
Gentlemates going to win?
He's on
Can we save ourselves
301.
some time and
Oh,
not
bro,
play
he's
the game?
definitely beating me.
Yeah, we could also just, you know, like sort it with the wheel, I'm sure.
Oh,
For
sure,
sure.
He's,
for sure.
he's got like
Yeah,
50
that was
points more than me.
You meant the entire
See you later.
match?
I'm done. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, usually, I mean,
it's okay.
I use literally transitive properties.
I see getting ready checks.
Perfect.
That's good. We're getting closer, everybody. Do not worry.
Will
We're
all
losing it
players
too.
be ready?
That's a dangerous one.
Hey.
I can't curse this. No,
No
cap,
cap,
it's a yes.
Okay.
Love that.
Lovely.
We got you, chat. We
Absolutely.
got you. Yeah.
Wait. 1 second. Since we're resuming, will we have another tech pause thanks to Lauren and
Hell
Hypo?
yeah.
Oh, I feel like you manifested it now.
The script says no. Okay, everybody, let's get it back.
Let's go. We're resuming, so let's send it back over to the cursed duo, Hypok and Pansy.
The cursed duo.
But the fact, honestly, I was ready to run down to the desk and take the wheel away. I knew somebody was going to ask the question about another tech pause.
And for a double up TFT game?
Says no.
Did we could have played one, I
I'm
mean.
not taking it.
I think we could have.
40 minutes.
The arena is back to the intended colors. Let's go, crowd. There is golf claps all around.
Golf
We love that.
claps all around.
We love that. Beautiful. We will be going fully unhinged if there is another
You
tech
just sit there
pause.
for
So you
8
all
hours in a
stick
tech
around for
pause
that
without
because I might
talking
lose
to
my job.
anyone. Does your mental stay the
5-3.
same, or
You
you
can
go
remember
insane?
that
I mean,
far
no
back.
one's mental's going to stay the same for sitting there for 8 hours, mate.
Really?
Was yours yesterday too.
But we're not talking about that.
We had a lovely time though.
Where are we? We're 2 in a row, and if Gentlemates lose, they have to eco.
I can't even say monkey without following up.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I nearly did
Yeah.
just follow up on that, so.
Okay, so we got Cage
let's
over
focus
towards
on
along, we got
KC
Cage
still on the
close as well, so they can create pressure at the beginning, and then they can create pressure like they're re-clearing over towards A.
As if KC going to try and explore towards Gash. First time I've actually seen this.
Yeah, I
much
feel like
of a
this comp is
commitment
just
before
great
here.
for C-splits.
Early round actually versus Kada over here on the solo anchor. Deep trip outside the choke though. It's the clone to set it off.
Going Mini though, still very much around, just playing off the back of the smoke. That's
Oh my god, he found
Oh
a
my
really good
God.
timing on it.
Oh,
Got
a
close.
great trade from
Kamek let him,
Sugetsu to keep this
Kamek
site
kind of
secure.
enabled him with the stun.
Previously,
He got a little bit unlucky to
will
not get
come
more, I
through.
feel like.
No hesitation this time around from
They got
KC.
Omen ult if they want to get info for the
People come
retake.
through
Click
from
has
Kada.
his ult as well if they want to fully send it. And
Well,
whoa.
to plan, actually, so we'll clear some space. I don't think he actually could have got a glance of anybody there though.
What's the goer? It looks like this, but again, click. Okay, just melts the face of Martin. Spacing now becomes important. No one to capitalize on that space given. So Sugetsu still gets safety, joined by Elite.
Actually done from
Nice
Elite in the
little
end
close
here.
to the round.
Felt a little bit odd from Gentlemates.
To seal the deal here, bring it within
Felt
one
very
round for
disjointed.
KC.
Neon went in, and there was like a good pause until the
See the
garage players
progress.
went in.
Towards some of the ultimates, just about coming back around. There's a timeout. I'm not going to tell you which one it is. It's not tech, don't worry. There's Gentlemates to maybe just take a breath, honestly, after such a long break. Obviously,
Yeah. Check back in.
yeah, no discussion really going on throughout.
I think we should all sit in silence if there's ever a tech pause now. It becomes like the thing.
Well,
The
we
players
just,
can't
we
talk.
just,
Yeah.
we just instant mute. Can't talk to him. Tech
Well,
pause.
it's
It's the
defensive
rules.
integrity.
It's the rules. Comp ops.
They're on our case.
My hands tied on this one.
But yeah, it's Gentlemates calling the timeout. And you're right, I think it's just kind of checking back in because there was
I
that
still feel like
extended pause there
Gentlemates
as well,
probably only need like
refocusing a
one
little.
more, maybe
And there has
another,
been
but
consecutive rounds now strung together
I
by
think they're good
KC.
already.
3 in a row.
Yeah, they're good already with
those
5.
ultimates well.
They
We're
might
starting
be.
to kind of
They're
flex a
good
little bit on
already.
this map,
Like,
showing some of that comfort here.
genuinely,
And
what
maybe
can
indicating why this
KC
was,
do on
you
defense?
know,
Like
something
obviously they cannot
left
all
here
day, so what do they just have to
and
run it
let
down?
They
to you
can
every
they
two
can
rounds?
punish a lot of areas.
So the ultimate you look towards Arvez 2 away from the
They
running
just
back
can't
once
take
again.
it for free. Like they're gonna be
Still with
split
the
up.
TP, but again, no real standout performance just yet. from
Their
anybody
retakes
on
might be
KC.
alright with some Phoenix Walls.
Kamek the one to
That is true.
tip the scales in his
Yeah,
favour.
maybe they just play
elsewhere.
like pretty together aggro plays, and then they just play retake the other side of the
Yeah, they
half.
might just gamble all the time.
But it's going to be difficult, really, for
They're basically playing Fracture,
Gentlemen
but
to get
Haven.
some of these key ultimates online before the end
Yeah,
of
they
the
might
half,
have to.
be honest.
Good work.
Yeah, and that
Rolling Thunder
doesn't fill me
just
with
about
confidence.
there.
I mean,
when I
but you
remember-
retake them. You pretty much retake a site
Some
anyway
clip
on
burning his
Haven
up
all the time,
previously
in,
as well.
so
Yeah,
That's
not much in this one for Gentlemates. A Guardian. Rifle in the hands of Click. Actually, almost making it work. Martin
yeah,
gets the
almost.
HP, but
Everyone swung on the back of it.
KC will find 3.
Dude, K-Cop kind of
that's super
stabilizing
nice.
a lot
This
here.
massive default,
How
this
close
kind
are they
of
to a
wait and
Phoenix
see
or
was
one
just
away? So
wondrous. And I don't know if they
might be
noticed
the
maybe
plan
Cali
here.
going walkabouts before, but still, this is really
Yeah, it's
well
been
done.
there, yeah. A few times unchecked or, well, unconfirmed at least. Completely caught off guard here. Actually, Kado and
Click.
Zipan
Yeah, I think he's having a
drifting
really
over towards
quiet,
C, maybe
just
to hold on
stage
to the
1.
Guardian.
He's been really insane in kickoff.
With the
but
funds
then
on the other
stage
side,
one,
they
we haven't seen the
almost
same thing.
don't want to feed
He
across
definitely
into
hasn't
the
reached his
ultimate,
like
potentially.
tier 2 performance.
I mean, if you're coming into the last couple of rounds versus the run it back and potentially Martin the one to pick up a couple more kills as well, could be very problematic. They have split up now. Kada positioned over towards CT. Zipan noted with the trip, so his eyes will be trained towards the flank. So maybe a little misdirection with the smoke here, but I don't think they're going to find a tangible engagement.
No, Zipan does at least get the Vandal now. So a little bit more to work
Guys,
with.
one of the longest games ever.
It's,
45 minutes.
So
We just reached
as it
5-5.
stands, good responses from KC. It felt like that kind of
We're actually
played
going
to
to
their
maybe
hand a little
get
bit,
a
if honest.
2-0, and America's
Their
was.
patience
It might
paying
be America's
Making 5
starts
alive, so
before
everything
EMEA's
looking
finished the
okay.
2-0,
I mean,
2-0.
as I said, no one really
Especially of that
standing
world
out,
right
but
now.
quite scripted rounds almost.
5 alive.
100
Come across
versus
obviously
2G
very
first.
comfortable in the purchase now. 4 on the bounce.
Shit, actually, I think that's the
KC.
closest game in America's this week.
Yeah, I'm like
Right,
thinking
that 5
about it.
apiece
Like,
isn't something with how
that's
they
probably
started,
worth watching.
At least.
It would be nice not to see 2G. See, chat, I think you guys are crazy.
With that
Yeah,
early
you
I
guys
think-
are, like,
success found.
I think you guys are mistaken
Unable to
Furia
build
for
upon
2G.
Like I said, it's been a
That's what I'm
really
saying,
slow
more of that.
burn from KC. Not typical, really, of this composition. I mean, others and Martin both sat at 4 and 8.
2G, if anything, is entertaining, which is something you can't say about the other
I think
two
2G aren't looking that bad these days.
The
Yeah,
direct air
definitely
approaches
not.
had
No,
been looking
I'm not trying to say
better.
they're bad, but
The
at the very
Gentlemates
least,
really,
they're entertaining.
this time around,
One
Zipan,
Dave, I appreciate the prime. Thank you, thank you.
challenge ahead of him if he
Thanks
is
for the
gonna
9
be
months.
holding this solo. It does have a little bit of that Cypher utility to
Don't
help his
sleep on
position,
2
but
go.
Info's here,
That's
but it feels
true.
like it's a little too late.
Yeah,
Zipan.
exactly.
Yeah,
He's
Zipan's gonna have to do a lot here. The stun is incredible. They're gonna camera to maybe help him out. Omen flash as well. Ooh, everyone else got hit by the Omen flash. Don't really love the hold from Gentlemates, but at least they can fast flood back in.
But it is only a corner. Gentlemates funneling through
Now this
to
is
play off
weird.
the wall of graffiti, but it seems like an awareness.
Ooh.
Aware of what's there. Click still does well with 2.
Wait,
But this
wait,
time,
what was
where
that?
did Mini get that other one?
What was that, dude? Not sure he meant to get that one.
Got the TP?
Who's got a
Precise
TP.
But he's hit really early. Who's like on top of it?
Mini's going to be here way earlier than I
Yeah,
think Sugetsu's probably
way,
going to
way
anticipate.
earlier than
but
he's
does
gonna
smoke
think.
himself off.
If anything, he walked a little bit too early as well.
Provided.
He swings.
Damn, what a round, bro. It's technically a 1v3.
That's
And it
that
was
second
insane.
kill was outrageous.
Yeah, the
from
second kill,
Heaven
I'm not
Lauren.
really much
Give me
about
that
it.
replay. Give me that.
But it's another situation where after the execute comes through, there's just this, I don't know if it's hesitation or what, but the plant doesn't come through when you're expecting it to.
For God's sake.
Fade away on it. Very nice.
Yeah,
I'd
unfortunately,
be
because
fuming
Sugetsu
if
smokes
that happened
himself
to
off,
me.
he has to make a move out there. It may feel a little brazen to watch back, but
Yeah,
Mini
well, you
reads it
take the
perfectly as well.
freebies
So
sometimes.
it makes really good ground up. Whilst Sugetsu
Well, it doesn't really
takes a
matter
couple of
about the
seconds
money.
to
Last
retrieve the
rounds.
spike.
We got Yoru ult
Consider
and
the
we got a
TP as
Cypher
well.
ult. Any ults that are going to happen to this one? Maybe Kamek if he gets a kill.
Look, that
Oh,
A
not
approach
even a
was
kill. They
something
go
that
aggro over
Gentlemates
towards
has
A,
been
picks up
doing
the
well with
AWP, so they
handling.
have
Now,
ult
the
for
rest of them
retake.
have been waving that KC banner a little bit bluer. It's already Martin.
Oh my.
Gonna take some space here. Allow for the rest of the push up to come
He
in.
ended up ulting into it. Oh, this was nice though. This was good from K-Corp. They did the whole thing where like normally teams do this with an op, right? Where you go heavy over towards C and you pull the rotate, but you insert one bottom middle.
There's now a real avenue back towards this site. Do they continue to
Fast
try and
ult,
reclaim? The
floods.
information's there, but the shot is great from Elite. Needs a bit more, gets a bit more with Sugetsu.
Big 1v1.
Now down to the 1v1. Sugetsu lost it last time.
North F goes off though.
This should be, I don't want to say a default win, but it gives him at least control on the corner. He walks in.
Whoa,
and
Gentlemates are winning the
Sugetsu
1vs.
heartbreaking for
X's.
him. The
It's a
hard to
1v3
win
into a 1v2. Wasn't much time to stabilize on both of them though.
7-5 half for Gentlemates.
God, I think they got a lot here.
A brilliant way to end
A
out
lot
this half.
considering the comp, because I
Two-round
look at a
buffer.
K-Corp comp and I have
Hardcore
no...
slowly building
What the
back
hell is
in.
this? What the hell are both of the
See if that
kills?
does continue into the second half.
This is what we're losing to!
Jesus, that was so loud.
Sorry about that.
Sometimes they're just better for you, you gotta accept it. Also, I love the Wii. Chat just gonna let the Wii slide here. Chat, you're just gonna let the Wii slide like this?
No. Chat has me. I love the
Okay,
Wii.
yeah,
I saw
okay.
it. I saw it. Yeah. It's your French. God no. Please no.
Bro, you can't support the team, call them Wii, and then flame the country.
Yes, I can.
That's ludicrous
You said
behavior.
it like it's a disease. Okay, it's not that bad.
Jesus. VLR says the second half has started. I mean, it probably would have on there, because we're on a delay. Okay, well, I think that K-Corp have to get pistol here.
Alright, just relax a little, okay? I'm kidding, obviously.
Have you ever done a Mo only chat?
We've done it.
We've done
back
it sometimes.
In the day for Bleed versus G.
7-5,
Yeah, that was it.
relatively
The
close
Bleed
affair
games where
with
Bleed
a little
were
bit of a
like
wake-up call towards the end of
really
this, Mike.
rough.
We
It felt like
definitely
kind of
had
in
some.
waves
And
here,
everyone was
kind of
going
one
in on
one
EA.
side, three for the
We
other.
have to do
Yeah.
it there.
Fourth they
I feel like we've done it for a
Gentlemen,
Paper
we're
X
now in
game,
the
maybe.
pace change, which
We
was,
might have done this for a
again,
Paper
you
X game.
expect with this
Yeah.
composition,
Now, Bleed
Common
G
Core to
was
be able
out of
to
control.
really,
I
really
remember that.
thrive on that front line. It just didn't come through.
Those were the good old days.
Second
Yeah,
half
maybe for
definitely gonna
you
be
guys.
interesting to watch.
That was aim training for us.
And how do we feel about the Phoenix now?
Just
slotting
flick
in
shot
defensive
timing
side?
everyone out.
I can see your
Absolutely.
face. Use your
The vertical
words.
swing, you can see my face.
That's the face.
What did chat say? What didn't they say? Would be easier to go through,
I
honestly.
love you guys.
Yeah.
Everyone was getting flamed.
I'm just not sold yet.
It's not enough for me.
Honestly, flaming players was
I
like
feel like
the
they could
least
achieve the
egregious
same
thing
look
that happened
with
in chat
something
in
maybe a
Bleed
little bit more
versus G.
versatile, but
Okay, so K-Corp,
Do you wanna see
we
the
said that they can't really hold
aggression?
over towards A. They do a shock at the beginning, but that's it. So as soon as the smoke goes up and as soon as there's a little bit of time here, question mark is created, and you gotta just feel very sorry for Sadak, really.
How huddled they are,
Smoke
almost
goes
anticipating
down
that
and
sort
they're
of
just
thing
hoping
here
that no one
on the
pushes
pistol
through
round.
it.
No overcommitment just yet from KC. Drone
What does he do when he hears the
potentially
drone?
Going to clear Aves out of this position, but Martin
Oh my goodness,
actually
does it
wins
even
out of it.
matter?
He's found two.
Zipan tries to pull it back from the brink, but finding two is exceptional. Massive value on
Yeah,
that.
well, they had to do something just because,
They go
again,
from here,
A's
though.
super
This
weak.
feels a little adrift, a little bit left out to shore. Real intent behind it. They're losing map space. You look over towards A long.
You go
Sadak's
back
already
here,
taken that
and
away from
Zipan does have a... Oh, okay. I was going to say, I thought they were going to go re-clear over towards A. But... Okay, so they do smoke to luck over towards B. So, in theory, you can get out either side, so you have to have a 1-1. And they know that there's pressure over towards A most likely, so they might even think that it's this at the moment, that there's 2-2.
Gentle mates can find their way onto site. No resistance on the way in. See, actually, probably going to buy some time
Well,
for Sadak.
someone's going to make a play. Kada has Omen Flash to push in here.
Kamek got to be careful in the smoke.
Oh, but the paranoia!
Ooh,
They used
and
it
gets
just to take
out.
Aves, really,
Uh-oh.
and they get away.
Yes, Sugetsu's is burnt up as well.
And no one
Almost
pushed through
wasted in
spawn,
that
so they
exchange.
kind of know that no
Surprised
one
they sent
spawned.
Sadak's position,
Double
though. Do
swing
they
over
even
towards
consider this?
long.
His dart could be pivotal, looking at where they're playing. Could put Zipan on the line. But he's not actually utilizing it yet. They're right at the door here.
Damn,
Sadak
Kamika's on top of this.
Over the utility, and it's gone
Damn, dude,
wrong.
I'm impressed. I'm impressed. I'm impressed. K-Corp smoked their player off over towards long to try and create pressure that he wasn't here. But honestly, as soon as they did the garage push and no one pushed out spawn, that's when they kind of realized that there's good potential that someone's behind here.
Gentlemate's able to turn the tides.
This was nice
Yeah,
them.
absolutely.
They were very
Kamek just
proactive on it.
in a really, really rough spot there. Only
Probably
a couple of seconds left.
Kamek on pistols has been great.
Was perfect. And like I said, in that exchange, Sugetsu actually sends his back.
I mean, the map pool you hate watching the most.
I'm genuinely a little surprised he went for it. Maybe just
I can't work out if I hate
reactionary, maybe
Abyss
feeling that was the
or
opportunity,
Icebox
but
more.
he certainly didn't find the value he
Again,
wanted.
it's a split-second decision.
Probably Abyss.
Being a split
I'd say
second, that ain't
Icebox.
bad from Click. Love to see that from his side.
I like Icebox at the moment just purely because it's different comms.
I'll give you
I
that,
felt
yeah.
really pass ag.
Yeah, it was actually
2-0 on the pistols.
And now they're just going to sit on Martine, aren't they? To punish.
That's
me.
so
I mean, it's
Click.
Breeze and then Icebox Abyss, if we're taking 3 maps, right? As a map pool.
I feel Breeze
They
is better
don't be
to
so
watch
cruel.
than it is to play, though. I don't know how people feel about that.
Just slow and
I
steady
don't
for
care for
Gentle
Breeze
Mates.
either playing or watching.
Nothing here on
By
Seaside.
far the worst map in the game.
Maybe Elite will get across. He's making moves.
Saving is better than those two.
Even so, only classics for KC here. Well, actually,
Breeze is great to play, you just need aim. Yeah, exactly. You just need aim. You don't need any brain to play Breeze. That's why the map is
The
terrible.
ultimate for him, but
Breeze over Fracture, that's
can't
genuinely
come through
bad.
now and feels pretty awkward with nobody
Over
actually up close
Fracture?
and personal here.
Fracture's a weird map, though. CS people would probably agree.
Yeah, CS people definitely hate Fracture, but that is one of the best
find
maps
any
in
way
the game.
back in from him in his utilities.
That's
pretty good,
bold.
depending on the timing when he checks.
We're playing
towards that
Valorant,
camp.
not CS.
But this
For
is another
Valorant,
situation though, like the first
Fracture
half
is
that
fantastic.
starting at a deficit.
Especially
the
if we're
pistol and
separating
round
playing
two.
to watching. For watching, Fracture is the
Fantastic.
best.
It's one of the
Phoenix kind of
most
thrives in that
noble
momentum,
maps
right? You
we've
get the
seen in the
ultimate online
game.
early, maybe potentially for round 3.
For watching,
and
it's
you
outright
can
the
run
best.
away. It's an extra body to
For
throw
playing,
on a
I
trade.
can
And
definitely
all of
see
those
people not
factors
liking
out the
playing it.
window once again for the second half. They can find the recovery in the third round, sure. Again, in terms
Teo
of,
has made
I
Fracture
don't even
awful.
want to say
That is
win
also a
conditions,
good
the
argument.
comfortable way that you play in Phoenix from ahead, you can thrive in that scenario. Not just ahead in terms of rounds, but also if your Phoenix is finding value, finding kills time and time again.
We haven't
And
seen
we've
that.
just not seen it.
I mean, Aves has 4 kills. This has not looked like a comfortable agent for him. Doesn't feel like it's being played into too
Favorite
heavily
CS
either,
map?
really, but
Dude,
having
Tuscan,
really
man.
high
Tuscan
into
was
it.
the
Phoenix, yeah,
best.
that's-
There isn't like a way to set it
Tuscan
up.
or
to stand
Cash.
on your own 2 feet.
They're the best two maps.
And
Again, we saw a couple of
I
examples.
like how
well, a
right
couple
next
of
to each
examples.
other
I think
after
one
that
actually,
Fracture
the
take.
A-side
Your best not
execute where
confirmed,
you
and then
have that
immediately
1-2
after
punch
pure
from Martin
fraud.
and Aves.
Okay.
The running back comes through, I believe
love
that's
that.
his zip hand on the other side.
Okay,
He's
so we
just
got
isolated
Outlaw,
after
we
the
got
drone,
2 people that can get
like I
one
said,
shot.
That's kind of it.
Yeah, that's your lot. Right. This, if there's going to be a round to really get into for KC, it's got
Yeah,
to be
we got
this
the
one.
one-person fake over towards C. There is a camera. They kind of spotted him running back,
Almost
so
paying off, it pulled
with that, you
at
see
least 2 out of
Sadak
3
pull
of the
away.
members.
This jump spot's crazy. Oh, God.
A-side.
That's not
Actually,
even a
the
jump
Sadak
spot.
overstepping the
That's
mark.
I was
not
looking
great.
at the guy
Because it's so
running back and I was like, yeah,
addictive, they're
Sadak's
looking for
owned it. And then
Him
he
trying to
does that,
reaggress
and I'm
down
like,
low, so
well,
they speed up and they get that plant in. Now it could be a quick kind of retake here. They're tempted by it. Aves trying to set it up. Nice from him.
Nice little double
Approaching
flash to
well.
get
Good
out, though.
clear towards Hell.
That's
They've
lovely,
got the
though.
side
That's
back
a
now.
great
Look at the
retake.
positioning zone. Can Click do anything in time? Can Kamek do
he
anything
know
with
about
time
play?
here? The
Returned
flash, he
it to the
eats
flash.
it. He absolutely eats it. And now you got the smokes. Now you got the util. Now you're gonna have Click getting
Do,
on the one in enough. The
sticking.
defuse is there. Great from KC.
yeah, I do think
Speeding
Gentle
things
Mates,
up
not that they need
themselves
to
on
do
the
a
way back through.
timeout for it,
See
but
Sadak
don't
drifting
think they
into
can
that
do
space to try and
this
backdoor. Like I said,
smoke.
They sold the fake.
the
They pulled
smoke
2
gives
players
them
off this
too
A-side
much
hold.
space.
But the flood comes through
can't
and
do
it's
that with
beautiful
it.
this time around. Martin with
Phoenix,
another
you're just
2
gonna get
kills.
flashed.
This time
Yeah, it
around.
goes back to like the old
Ghana
school,
round
like when you used
victory
to
off
play
it.
against
Recovery
2021 and
is there.
2022
Third round
Phoenixes.
in
Like you'd
favour
always
of
do
Carmichael.
this smoke instead of this smoke.
So keeping
Have
the
to bring
head
back the
above
old
water
school, have
here,
to do the
Lauren.
deeper smoke. They use their
Necessary.
flash to get through this choke point, and then
Against the
it's very
bonus
hard for
now,
them
the
to get
full
past
buy.
this other one. You also get like the info of when they've got through the
Ooh, and
point,
again,
so you can
looking to try and
swing
get
off.
involved here, but look at
Ooh,
Kamek.
lovely
Look at
second shot, bro.
Martin. Beautiful
Martin.
back-to-back shots. Kamek and Kata go down.
Yeltsin,
Control
hello mate, how we
guarded,
doing?
and the A-side looking
Congrats on the win as
harder
well.
to take than they'd won.
3v4 for Gentle Mates. Click. Called upon potentially. Sadak only with the Guardian, but won't be overwhelmed here. That's Martin as well, but Click isolating one.
They don't know
Think
about
about
Martin. Do they still try and
Do they
Have a little
re-spin?
thing.
I feel like you don't. Oh, they tried, but Martin is so clean today. Couldn't outdo Mini in the end, but right there.
Damn,
is
the
Suggetsu.
shots from Keiko in this round are outrageous though.
And a little
Honestly, we
more
deserve that after how
like that iconic
That's-
Suggetsu
the other half last
closeout.
2 rounds, how they lost it. We deserve that.
Me?
Back to
Yeah,
back
sorry,
for
Casey
KC
deserved
here.
that. Give me a break.
9-7 now.
So I can't. It's a
Gentle
habit.
Mates
It's
still
fine.
have some funds to
Can't stop.
invest, but let's see what the purchase does look like. Yeah, between Martin and Suggetsu, looking pretty crispy now in some of these rounds.
We were saying there's no real
No, they-
standout
they both
player,
looked
but
incredible,
Suggetsu and Martin
really,
are
with the Angels there.
picking up that mantle,
We get,
right? They're leading
we get
that.
that
You got
round
Martin
again,
kind of as the start, and then
where it's a
Suggetsu as
must
the
win. They
close.
got Sova
Lovely.
ult. Do they
They
just
can
do the
keep that
simple
going.
C?
That's perfect. Still got a couple of rounds to make up here, though.
I like this from Keiko
Still a
going
vibe
aggro
to
over
be
towards
played
middle
with the
again. They're
Gentle
trying to
Mates. Yeah, there's that
really
Guardian in play, but
make
the
up for the
rest
fact
still
that they
looking
can't
likely.
play A well
Martin
with
again
pushes
with
down
an
towards
opener.
mid.
He is starting to look
Great pick from
deadly here.
Martin.
Value found once again.
This time around, though, not hook, line, and sinker. Still got a tripwire outside.
Yeah, this is going to help them a lot as well.
Filling that space.
First time they kind of explore over towards middle. It hasn't always been here, the trip, but it has been here for a couple of rounds.
To just stack up here on their side of garage.
God, it's going to be an absolute massacre in there. Again, Sugetsu. Anyone else going to try and join in now? Aves goes down. That looked weird as anything. And now 3v3.
Oh, boy.
Zipan. Looking nasty. The spike coming back on over because he's overdoing this, overly succeeding near on. They know about Martin now.
Gentleman still with a little bit of time and still a gap actually. Sadak exploring towards B now.
Got it.
He's gone out of here though.
You watch that back, you think that the Euro is for the opposite team. Dude, Martin looks incredibly crisp though.
They're trying to find a fight. Look at this plant position here. Sadak trying to get a bit of info. You ain't going to get much from that now. Reposition going to come in. Where do they opt for? Can't fall far. They look towards garage, but it's not the place. It's CT. Martin steps forward, looks for a fight. He's got it.
My solo swings. Dude, Martin's aim back to back looks unbelievable.
Yeah, but they gave it to him.
So he was a
the solo swings are weird as hell.
Kind of trailing behind with Aves numerically, but now, well, the last few rounds, what, three two pieces, maybe another 3K on top
Dude, he
of that.
did the save.
Definitely
I
found
wanted
this
to
footing
say, I
here
really
on
like
Haven
the mid play from KC, because even if they
Top of the
get
board
no
for
contact
KC.
there, because they
And they
have
can go
so
fast
much,
behind.
yeah, even if they
Time out here,
have so
actually.
much forward info that they can just contain where they get contact. They get contact on A or C.
Maybe
the map
a
is
little
split in
bit
half.
concerned to lose
rotations
3
are
on the
cut away.
bounce here in the second
Like
half.
you're playing on a much smaller chunk of the
There's
map.
been a
it's
real
easier to
change
fight.
in terms of pace and
For
in
sure,
terms
a
of
timeout to talk
commitment
about the fact they're just
to taking these
pushing down
engagements
mid
that
the
we
whole
didn't
time.
actually see in the first half from Carmine Court.
No, you're right, but there's also to be said that Martin's just had some absolutely stellar rounds, right? It's hard to kind of characterize at some points, but at the end of the day, he's been getting 4 kills in these sort of affairs. Now, for the other side of Gentlemates, you're looking at a couple of ults coming through, 2 big uns already online. You've got Zipans and Clicks. Then you're one off from Kamix.
Yeah, Kamix
You've
went
got
away.
a massive
Did they manage to
hand to be
squeeze out a
played
buy
in just
here?
a moment. So
Guess they had
this
max,
is the one where they've got to find that fight, and if you've
loss
got an ace
bonus.
up the sleeve, you bring it
This
out
is
now.
kind of dangerous.
I mean, they could
Concern being
just keep
Carmine
this
Court
super
have built
simple.
up a little bit of a buffer.
Drone, everyone's gonna be
Lead
scared
down
over
300,
towards
but not
C. They
necessarily
can
too
pick up the
concerning.
orb.
Don't
Then
they have
obviously,
a
if the
Neo?
drone hits, then you can all.
Well, they'll be able
Like
to
this should
ride
be
that
a
through here. I
pretty
mean,
much
Aves
a
now on the
free
running back.
round, unless
towards the
they
TP
play
for
full
Sugetsu,
retake and
but-
push down middle or something. Like you could just do a C head here that you 100% get over
Yeah,
towards
in a
site.
retake scenario, that Aves is
I wonder if
ultimate
K
is
Corp are
really,
gonna do an
really
aggro
good.
C.
Or valuable potentially.
Be a cool round to see it.
Looks like an A default from Gentlemates.
More curious now of coming out of the timeout. What the decision is from Gentlemates. Heavy emphasis towards A this time around.
Hey,
Haven't
K-Corp
necessarily seen
K-Corp
this
at least thinking what I thought was
take
gonna
towards
happen.
long. Only really in
Yeah,
Sadak here, and I
once
think
they
that's the
insta
byproduct of
aggro
that, is
over
why we
towards
see
A
him
to A
kind of
default,
on
we
an
see the
island.
Euro inside over towards C long.
Got walkabouts on the other side of the map
Yeah,
too.
they've been doing good
So
at
space
just
is there, and you can probably see
Martin
that,
getting info everywhere.
causing Sadak to sit a little
Good change
bit
up from
safer,
Gentlemates as
call
well.
for some support
Cam
because
over
they have
towards
that
middle, but as soon as they call this timeout,
unchallenged position
kind of
down
know
C long,
K-Corp
but
are going
this
to change it
pace
up.
from Gentlemates isn't quick.
And actually coming back outside B now to potentially deal with the trip. Not necessarily a commitment just yet, but maybe looking to leapfrog off an opener if they can find it.
Still the trip.
TP will come through. Actually, Click can't deal with the trip, but lucky not to get punished.
Yeah, I thought he was done for. Not the case. We're going to see a lot of those
Dude,
ults coming
wild
in. Canada
one.
fakes like what
Oh my goodness.
gets caught.
Okay, and
Just
we're
trying to
definitely
get
going to
away,
focus on
but a
Martin
quick
at the moment.
run towards C, but we saw it earlier. Martin, the man you want to avoid. tucked
Barn
away
out in the
down C
open.
long. Now they're going to try and pressure CT on the other side of things, so a bit of split focus
Biding
to
his
be had
time,
here.
he's just
Click
holding
gonna pop
C,
the ult, but
here's
he
one
has
pushing
outdone
down.
Aves. Martin's trying to find some damage. He
And
can't
that
turn the
flash.
flash.
Couple of low
Zipan
HPs here, but
being a huge
Do they know about him?
He's got so much work ahead of him. Takes away Sadak. Still 2 more to claim if he wants a chance.
Oh, boy.
Oh, he's got another. But the big man himself, Martin.
Dude,
has
Martin's
been
been
a monster,
incredible.
And he's not losing
He's
this
Thanos
one
on the
either.
second half.
what is it? 3K, 4K,
KC to tie things
2K,
up here
I
in a
think, in the last
chaotic
3 rounds.
Exchange over on C
Yeah,
site.
something like that.
Very quick pivot actually out of B. Said Click's lucky not to lose his life. First real value we've seen from the running back as well in terms of denying that rotation. Actually following up and finding 3 on the round for Aves. much needed. Maybe building upon that momentum that Martin's now established.
Forces them down
Certainly
to
some more
eco.
confidence in some of these scenarios from KC.
And now
They're doing
Keiko
better
go
than
for a
we
big
humbled
punish
now
of
in
A
terms of
as
the
well with
finances as
4.
well.
As long as they don't go super aggro, I like it.
Probably going to cast a curse it, but I like the
Yeah,
idea.
I like
maybe
it.
feeling
3+ and
that
duel over towards long.
Gentlemates felt they'd
Oh
have
boy.
an advantage. Here it is. It's gorgeous.
Scares me.
Well, 2
Yeah,
for 2
it
though.
scares me a lot.
That's not great.
No, with stingers.
Sugetsu down to 70 as well.
Sadak.
Okay.
He's just digging in. This is a 1v2 and Mini. He could get a gun out of this.
He can get a gun.
I thought they were just going to wait for the smoke to fade, but...
Spike is a bit of
Was
an
that
issue,
also
but it's
the
not
like bad omen
impossible.
blind from short?
No, this one was pretty
Info
good. He
time.
did it off info close.
Mini, he is dangerous. He is really dangerous, but not
Okay.
dangerous enough today.
Bailed him out.
KC just really continue
Yeah,
this
these two are
march
fragging.
now. Back in, taking the lead away from Gentlemates.
They're doing a lot better than we expected on this
A
defense
great
half.
conversion.
I mean, they're
So
looking like
almost
they can
looked
win
like
it.
it could have slipped through their fingers here. Like I said, a 2 for 2 outside this smoke on A-Long, and it's Sadak to find the follow-up.
I have all the reads, baby. I have all the ribs. Don't
And yeah, you even noted the stack. Absolutely at the right time here for KC.
Ribs.
Only 2 away from
Three.
the ultimate for Elite, but everything else
Ribs.
available now. To a similar situation.
XNBFN with the Prime.
crediting
Thank you so
how
much, bro.
frugal
Appreciate that. XNB, thanks for the Prime.
KC were in their approach. See, there's just so
Okay,
many
now we have
more
got
tools
a
around, but now
punish
with
set up
Abbas getting
over
a couple
towards
of kills
middle.
in some of these rounds, another run it back already.
Because we can see
Provides a
the
real
weak side has
gap in
been
between
here
them on the
all the
first half.
time. But they have done they've been pretty good at reacting once they lose A control.
No rotation. To stick around.
Their A
and
retake
normally we
has
see
been
him
really strong
getting a
as well.
little bit more.
Oh, quietly punish this as well. Here we go. What's the timing like?
Presence should be ringing the alarm bells. Does Sadak get to
Gotta be
survive?
careful now, yeah.
He's gonna be
Okay,
really
he's out of
careful.
there,
Okay,
that's
gets
fine,
out of
you
there,
take
but he has
that.
the ult so that they
Wait
can
for the
flood
retake, I
in.
guess you do
They
have
did-
the
they got
ults
great
for it now.
retake ults.
Martin there, Sadak there. You got
Maybe
Arviz as
ulted a
well.
bit too early
Find me some
considering the
targets,
combos,
find
but
me
here
some
we are.
bodies. They're throwing everything at this. If Gentlemates survive, it'd be a miracle. They've already denied Aves getting any more damage done. Martin with a quick reach.
This is nuts, man. Click has to win this duel. Okay, it's done, surely.
Is taking their heads off.
Ah, he's
It's
getting wrecked
KC
by the wall
just
as well.
mangling Gentlemates down to just Kamek.
Dude, the Phoenix flashes are wrecking him. It's a good retake in the end.
Looking incredible.
And they got the
Brimming
breach
with
shot out of him.
confidence now. And this conversion, absolutely not afraid to invest some of these ultimates. Maximum value as well. I mean, actually, even coming out, that Aves still in a good position afterwards. Even considering the
Phoenix
investment
looks
here.
promising.
Again, finds
been
three.
alright.
good, bro. I love you so much.
And actually finds the defuse as well. So
Did he use his ult and did he get the
building back
defuse as well?
towards
Is he 4 out of
another
2?
run it back.
And what a night
Yeah, two more. Use it into this round.
Now
About
up
to
on
get
14,
another.
just second on the board to Martin. That confidence there, that support there, it all seems to be lining up for them. 6 rounds now, back to back for KC. Finding boatloads of comfort. And for Gentlemates, still no solution in sight.
Sadak's still here.
Did he use that? I think I saw him use the normal
Stun
recon
around
where he can get
Gentlemates.
spammed as well, but
Was looking to make a contact
So
play
good.
up, but Sadak
the great
Something
shock.
vicious
Oh
against
my
him as
goodness,
well.
look at this.
want to find Zipan.
Oh, that's
Comes
risk.
through, actually click. Oh no, he's
Dude,
fumbled.
Sadak's managed to get out of it
Just
as well.
catching
And
at the
God,
right
they're getting
time.
so
That
wrecked.
is unreal. That thought,
Have they even,
So
have they even won a buy
so
rounds
unlucky.
on...
Team Omen flash.
They haven't won a buy round.
down here if they
On
try
attack.
and
No,
escape.
they won the pistol
Martin,
and the anti-eco, yeah.
Yeah.
with the seconds of silence that tick over towards 8, the more focused he becomes. Gentlemates may fancy that pivot towards B, they may fancy that walk towards C long. It's not without a challenger, a player.
Oh my goodness.
my God.
He's fragging out of control on defense.
KC, this second half has been beautiful.
That's my
Night
God.
and day from what we saw on the first. A string of rounds to their name. Just one away from taking this map 1 now. Said Martin coming alive. A ridiculous amount of multi-kills for him in the second half.
What?
And yeah, a real shift in the energy down to some of these player cams as well.
Yeah, it looks a lot different over there as well. True.
The purchase will come through some gaps.
Okay, 3 chances to finish this one. And
almost kind of puffer fishing.
again, just any kind of info every single time Martin's getting asserted somewhere. Dude, he's just taking over defense.
Conceding some of that space and commanding the rotation as well.
Gets the multi. Alves on for 2, 3. He's still got presence down towards long if they try and creep up. Martin here, ready to get out if he needs to. Play the support card. But for now, he waits. This time he doesn't get it. Mini outdoes him. And Alves up for the challenge.
Oh my goodness.
Sugetsu going to be blind. He's going to try and take the TP out for now. Get some safety. Spike collected. And Gentlemates with the pause now.
Do you actually have a trip this time around as well towards A-Long? So Sadak can give up the site as well. Actually going to be in a position to hear these steps.
Think, yeah.
He's relaying that information now.
They're going to meet them.
It feels like Sadak's had his finger on the pulse this game. The rotations, the stacks, the approach.
No
but
way.
does he land the
Kicked
shot?
it.
He doesn't. Kamek super quick with that.
Oh.
And Sugetsu, I mean,
Okay.
it's a little wild.
You might as well.
A crack, I guess, but it is still going to be 10 rounds for Gentlemates unless Elite
Spike planted.
get the job done.
In his head, it was
For him, this would be a lot.
really sick hero play. In his head, he's jumping down, he's killing too.
For the player to peak, but no one's playing to the tune that he
Gentlemate's
wants.
just going to tuck. Don't want to risk giving away these rifles potentially. Yeah,
Nah,
Malik
lovely.
getting
Okay, nicely done from Kamek.
Okay, 10.
4K for Kamek
2
as well.
chances, and they have the
Puts him one away
Phoenix
from
ult.
the
I think they have
rolling
Phoenix Euro.
A big tool
They can do
available
a
potentially for Gentlemates.
disgusting
Clear
retake again if they want to.
close to his, but Zipan does have a Hunter's
So you
Fury,
might
so
even see
in terms of these
Gentlemates
kind of
just like walk
playmakers,
over towards A without using util, thinking they're gonna do the
Sadak's
same
got-
setup.
Yeah, absolutely clotheslined on that swing.
It's so funny on the replay.
And Sugetsu may be thinking that he's going to catch a timing
Things
on
is probably
somebody.
too obvious. I don't know. We'll see.
Operator actually comes out for Martin now.
Martin gets an op. It's a nice change up.
Big shift potentially.
Wait, I thought they had I thought he had
Pacing in
Euro.
the early round.
I'm
Whether
fully
he's gonna
off.
drift down C immediately.
Well, definitely won't be doing what I thought they did.
Melted
25
on that.
HP.
Down to only 24 HP in a blink
Well,
of an eye.
at least he's staying here for majority of the round.
With that operator,
They
just
have
down
full
long,
C-long
so
control
dedicated to
with the
it.
Cypher set up in garage. So they're gonna know about this earlier.
No.
That's not quite good enough. Mini has been keeping presence here. Now, it feels like Sadak's probably going to be able to supersede this, but I want to see where the rest of Gentlemates now want to head.
Got time, got
Yeah,
space to
and this
work.
drone's
He's not done this.
head in the way of Sadak.
It's going to be
You gotta be droning
cleared
this, no?
immediately
Are
here.
they gonna drone or
Oh.
are they gonna what you said? Completely
Don't drone this.
Oh,
She likes Kamek sharp on it though. Dealt with.
okay, quick rotations coming in.
Well,
Smoke's
now
gonna
you
go
got the
up. They're
drone.
gonna be able to
Omen Flash
disrespect
actually
that
hit 3.
Sugetsu. Can you hold the line? Can you stop what they've started? No. Click quick with it, and already the side.
Okay, well, I guess we're saving the drone for next round.
The punish, and you're gonna be saving. Have Gentlemates brought this back from the brink? 11 rounds soon to be had.
30 seconds left.
Concern being as well. This will give Mini his
Yeah,
ultimate, but
Cypher
there's a
for
Rolling
next
Thunder and the
round.
Hunter's Fury
You
available
got
They do have
for round
they
24.
do have money to buy, but they're playing versus Breach and
Huge
Sova in the
ultimates.
last round. That's gonna be tough.
At Gentlemate's disposal. This operator all but mitigated here. Unnoted yet.
cake up. Yeah, I mean it wasn't the best round overall anyway.
Realised, but surely gonna
Mini
he's gonna be
did
saving
good
something.
though. He nearly got wrecked, but
Whether or not KC can kind of
it's a good change up. I think he could have been doing this majority of the rounds anyway as well.
Mind game of where do you put it?
Getting
Right,
that
we've had a
free A
couple of rounds
control.
trying to
Yeah,
exploit
he's
that
not necessarily found anybody swinging onto him on these deep explorations down on C long. Again, previously I think he was tucked in for a
Martin didn't
a
shoot
retake
the
at
op,
some point,
right?
maybe got one kill,
So
but
I
I
have
don't
no
think
idea about that.
he saw anybody.
Gentlemates have definitely been on the ball in terms of damage control early on. Aves, unfortunately, whether or not it felt as if they were going to be able to dig out this lurk, but it almost feels a little solo to drift down sewers that way.
You saw that?
No.
But KC with a timeout. Now, historically, Eng had one of the highest conversions out of a timeout statistically. Kind of nuts. Now, I don't know if that's actually held true now into kind of the more recent days, but He's a little bit dangerous with it. Now, I'm
What are you
looking at
calling
the
here,
odds that KC
You're the
have as
KC
well.
coach.
Still got a lead,
What's
so
your
it's not
call?
exactly an instigator.
Probably just set him up.
Arvez has
Probably
his.
just setting him up over
Yeah,
towards C.
Martin 2 off his as well, so
And then,
still definitely
okay, do you know what I actually do?
opportunities here
Yeah, I would
for KC.
I would probably.
But with the ability to almost
Nah, that's too much.
sweep out
I would
sight
set
with
him up
Kamek's
over C, and then I would just
Unless you- I mean, the
Phoenix,
running back short
just
is great
Phoenix
in the
get ready
retake,
to
but
ult from short on A. I would just
don't
leave B
necessarily
with a
at
kill
this
trip.
stage of
I'll just go 4-1
the second half want to be sitting back and playing retake.
and then just punish
Zipan
A.
also has a very, very big tool in terms of a late post
Like
plant
4
for
on A, up on
Gentleman
C.
as well.
That's it.
Cypher set up towards B? Or
Nah,
full open?
Cypher trip garage,
Yeah,
trip
for
B.
sure. Like I said, yeah.
But then obviously if you're Gentlemates, you go, that's obviously the solution they're going to go for is to reinforce A, so now we go C. Right, it's that little like mind
And see,
game
they're
that goes
doing
on.
the exact opposite.
Yeah, and it looks like they
Yeah,
are
I mean, there's multiple things
reinforcing
that's
A
right.
with it,
Yeah.
but
That actually looks like Sadak's going to swing
You're
with it,
towards A
potentially
and
drone
then
him out,
stacking
but
the C
you see
side
actually on the
with
other side.
Because now it would kind of work well, right? Because you get the kill with the AWP, you'd be able to go out.
Unfortunately, Martin just unable
And
to
then,
be in the
well,
right
actually,
place at
maybe
the
you
right
wouldn't get a
time
kill
with
with
his
AWP, you'd be able
operator
to
so
TP
far.
out anyway. You'd have Phoenix up for retake.
All goes up, and that preemptive Hunter's Fury
Yeah,
just to
that's-
secure maybe the cross. Don't think he got a connection,
connection,
from
no.
this. So pure
Well,
retake
this
here.
is similar to how it would
Unless they decide to go
play.
early, which I'd highly doubt.
Let's see what the
You do
see
have
the timing of the
Rolling Thunder to sit
Kameks
back on as well.
Kameks
Here we
ult
go.
as well.
This is it. Ult's coming in, Paranoia finds 3, that is beautiful, but they can't get
That's a
close.
great
They
visual.
can't get there in time. They've been held at the
Phoenix will
door,
fully
and you're
denied.
retaking with an operator, it ain't gonna be easy. They've dealt with the first wave of utility. They put a smoke back up. They're putting theirs on now. Gentlemates stemming the bleeding and holding them back for the trades.
Nicely done. Nicely done on this. Held well.
Handling KC like they're nothing.
What a response to force
Dude,
overtime.
I don't think they
here.
ever went B.
Close out the last 3 rounds of this half.
Yeah, the only time they showed mid was when Martin punished
Was
them. But
beckoning
that was
that
more of a garage play
14-12
than a B play.
scoreline once again. It'd be heartbreak to let this one slip through their fingers.
How many in a row?
For your
was it?
KC. The 7, yeah. Next it was 9-5. Yeah, this is beautiful. And again, there's no flank coming through. Very, very comfortable for Gentleman to just post up. The Rolling Thunder basically completely negating that run it back. Because you know the flood's coming behind that. That's the body on the front line, the trade in hand effectively.
Okay, what do we have?
It's OT 12-12. This time around, reset your minds. Gentlemates on the defending side, KC on the attack. We had a quiet Martin here, but this is a different look to him now. He'd warmed up, he looked better. Oh,
The jump.
a mistake.
shot.
A real fumble on that, and Sugetsu will greet that with a smile every day. But it's just a battle in mid. It's a
Bro,
bit of
the
a
aim.
brawl. But it's not just
The
solo
aim is
affair,
nice.
it's breaking
The
out
2v4
across
at its
the
peak,
map.
but they
It
discovered
settles
both
into
over
this
towards
3v2
A.
with a quick run towards C. But my eyes are still looking towards Martin here, tucking in towards that B site. That late lurk potential in play.
Yeah, no vision block, good plan for C long.
Potentially
They
Mini
no
in
vision block, they
transition.
got a cage.
Does Mini clear him? He's looking towards mid. Surely not.
Hey. Nice try, nice enough.
I mean,
for
it's rough.
Martin.
He actually swings on the other side to hard clear that, but Martin doesn't miss those.
Feeling over, especially with this plant. Oh. It's alright,
He
Sadak.
missed the drone
You've
tag.
got uses elsewhere. Ah, yeah, Zipan. It's a horrible position to be in, just watching the clock tick away,
Yeah.
really. But Martin,
Another go at
sealing.
it.
And a real difference maker this
One
time. 3
chance.
kills here. 2 very impactful ones as well.
It's in at 26 and 16. By the way, Kamek's still ahead of that at 29 and 15.
Madness,
So
isn't it? Kamek's
I've even said Kamek looked fantastic even in that loss versus Foot.
Yes.
Felt like he was the best player in the lobby. Not around though. The resurgence from Martin. Definitely the headline here for Haven. Can they get this one across the line now?
Okay, the fake recon
Operator out once
with a
again for
fake C
Martin.
hit into A walk. But they're gonna get the
Sim
op set
actually
up over.
can't
Oh,
copy
the
from
K
what we
copper
saw
and a
from the
good
end of
pulse here.
regulation now. Gonna get it
This
posted
op
up on that
might
deep
do
angle
it
on
all.
Suez.
As long as he doesn't take
Gentleman's
the
trying to sell this
TP,
fake on C.
which he shouldn't
But if
ever.
he sticks around on this, that is lovely
There we go,
stuff.
Big Joe.
They've got
Yeah, there we
enough
go.
behind it. Yeah, Martin is going to take away Zipan.
Nicely
That's
done
enough
from
for a
Martin.
warning
I think
sight.
that's the
A
round.
site's not available. We've got to go elsewhere.
An
It
absolute
does make it
nightmare
harder
now.
to get towards these sites now without Zipan there to allow for it.
It's a good backup call
Still
from
a trip to
Gentlemates to
play
just
off
try
here,
walking
Click.
towards C. Wow.
Very hesitant to force the issue here.
Looking rough.
You still have Arvez to
This
complement
is fully open for them technically.
this hold
Yeah, but
from Elite as well.
they were gonna use that. Yeah, they used that only smoke to block vision. Now they got to walk and garage is open.
It's kind of worked. The smoke went towards long that obviously I don't think was even noted. But there's so many bodies for KC here. The curiosity is going to get the better of them at some point. Yeah, they're already looking towards CT, right? They're like, yeah, we can hear you now. Here we go. But Kamek is so close.
Dude,
I thought he got away
the
from
Phoenix
that.
Flash has
Quick
been
punish. Kamek
annihilating
goes down.
them.
The raid boss for Gentlemates is removed. Now Sugetsu looking to get into the board as well. Click, Mini, Kata getting a little bit of a fight back, but the numbers simply favorable. KC now
Good luck,
on
mate.
the verge. All on one. Mini has to be a
Very,
monster.
very nicely
Nice
done from K-Cop.
try.
Man, they had a solid defense. We got to shout out
Exposure.
Martin here.
And
Martin
that
was
second half fight was
insane on this
night
defense
and
half.
day.
Absolutely.
Thanos.
They come back from
They,
KC to really find their footing.
I'm really
on
surprised.
the second
This
half
is
of
a
the
map that
defense was
Gentlemates
what
are
come across the
confident in.
line.
It
It
did,
was a
and we'll be back
permaban for
after this.
KC starting the stage.
It had a perma weakness. Like they were really weak over towards A. Like
Yeah.
Gentleman's got a little unlucky, but I feel like K-Cop cleared it, like made up for it by pushing all the time.
Yeah, and without the
then-
demo, you don't really know about it.
And they never. Why?
What?
Wait, this is him in the warm up.
Last jump. This is for the money.
For God's sake, dude.
Yeah, I love